Bienvenidos a la estación de Twitch de nosotros. This is welcome to twitch.tv/Live, where we are going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons tonight. I have here at the table with me Blacksmith.
Oh, Blacksmith.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
sorry. Yeah,
no,
that's
no
me.
problem.
Oh, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey.
I'm Fernando.
Over on this side.
Megan.
And I'm Tate.
And I am the Dungeon Master tonight, Rilka. I don't know. How much experience do you guys have with Dungeons and Dragons?
None.
Zilch.
20 plus years.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, okay.
A year. Coming up on a year.
Okay,
Cool.
so we've got some... Fernando's carrying the team, basically. Do you guys want to go around and introduce your characters?
Sure thing. My character is Ploppy, the Hydroloth. It is, I need that,
actually,
right?
we
can
have
do that.
some pictures that...
his
you
real
have
name is on
pictures?
there. Hide it.
Oh, no, sorry. Don't look us.
Yeah, the chat is gonna
no.
compel you after during the show.
That would be kind of amazing, actually.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
you were
Oh,
playing
there
as
we
a
go.
Hydroloth.
Ploppy, the Hydroloth.
Plop.
He
Floppy.
actually was voted Miss Stygia 4 years in a row, I believe. One of the most beautiful Hydroloths I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
That is a comely hydroloth.
Oh, man. And, what about you,
Oh,
Fernando? Who are you?
I will be playing Little Oars Jr., the Morenoloth.
Nice. And my printer took a shit on me there, so that's why that one looks
Okay,
like...
I thought it was kind of in a photo negative thing just to be cool, because
That
it was
too.
like, as a Morenoloth, they are also known amongst the Loths as being the edgy boys, and so, you know, it was just like, fedora not shown here, but you will see that he carries the fedora in his heart.
It's an important place for fedoras. What about you, Megan?
I'm going with Little Foxy here. It's a real clever name, and
Little Foxy? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
it's Arcanoloth. Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
I'm
you got
new.
it. That's
Arcanoloth.
perfect.
Magic-y.
And then I got Simon over here. He's an Ultraloth. So he's a pretty powerful dude.
This is obviously serious business, as you can see.
Very, very serious.
He's very curious.
Very expressive personality, let me tell you.
Super. That's very important in their Yugoloth society.
Right, especially because Ultraloths don't have a face. They just have, like, eyes.
That's right.
They're spoopy.
It's great.
Thank you, Princess
Don't
Leia.
speak.
I love you, too.
Hell yeah, Princess Leia. That is a great name, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I'm on board.
Awesome. So, let's get into this thing. So, for untold eons, the orderly legions of the Nine Hells have warred with the all the chaotic, terrible beings that have been belched forth from the abyss. These beings are called demons, and when a demon is slain in the Nine Hells, where they go to war, they just become reincarnated back in the abyss, cursed to kind of wander for a while until they remember their call to war. Both sides, devils and demons, have been trapped in this interminable deadlock, and each side is searching for some kind of little thing that could tip the scales in their favor. Today, the demons are going to gain a powerful, powerful edge. We have here these Yugoloth mercenaries that you've met, who usually are just work for the highest bidder. They can turn coat in the middle of battle for the right price. But there is someone out there who knows the true name of each one of these mercenaries, and that will bind them into this creature's service. Producer man, please, will you throw up the shadow? So you guys each, none of you necessarily know each other. You probably have served in wars, possibly alongside each other. Maybe you've seen each other at various Yugoloth bars and, I don't know, slaughter places. I don't know where they hang out.
We drink out of skulls.
Yeah, that is some edgy boy stuff.
Yep.
That's right.
Um,
Ploppy.
But one day when you are, where are you right now, Ploppy?
Where am I?
Yeah, just what are you up to?
I'm just chilling in some swamp.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what about you,
Little Oars Jr.
Little Oars Jr.? Yeah, sorry.
I am doing donuts in my sweet Lothcraft.
Nice.
Yeah, 'cause
Lothcraft,
well,
hell yeah.
that's where I'm comfortable. You know.
Is it the HP Lovecraft?
No.
No.
That's pretty good. No, that was too much. That was too much of a step above. So with all the features, you don't want to spring for that. You're getting ripped off. And for you, Foxy, Little Miss Foxy. Sorry, what was your name?
It's Foxy.
Foxy.
Oh, Foxy.
Okay.
Yeah. I am at a market just chilling and buying some shit.
That's a good thing to buy.
Shit is very important.
Yes.
Simon, he's strolling along, looking at his slave pens and looking over his stock, make sure they're all healthy and fit and ready for sale.
Oh, okay. So you each are in obviously your place of comfort here.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you think you're alone, minding your own business, doing your Yugoloth stuff, buying some shit, and a shadowy creature appears behind you, possibly beside you in your craft.
What?
Yes.
But the sanctity of my craft.
And
Okay.
it does not respond. And you hear something that you have never heard spoken before. Someone looks at you. Ribel. You hear Volga. In your ear, Histerfield.
Bastard.
Feldspar.
Gasp.
No.
These are your true names. Someone out there, this creature knows your true name. You will do a task for me. And you feel this ghostly hand kind of press against the back of your head, and images flood into it. You see a location, the plane Carnia. It's one of the 9 hells, a very frozen world. You see an object, a bronze compass, and you see a crew, this group of creatures around you. All these images are now implanted in your mind. Find the compass. Follow it to its end. This is my
You
will.
wish.
You're not-
Yeah, I'm okay.
Gotcha.
I'm a loth and everything, but this was very invasive. But okay. I admire your moxie.
He tips his fedora or her
Oh,
fedora
oh,
to you.
oh, man.
Only yours has a fedora.
Yeah, they won that argument.
So you begin your journey, begin your preparations. Maybe you seek for somebody to take care of your slaves while you're away.
Oh no,
Maybe-
dude. Oh, come on.
Who would you trust with that?
Yeah,
Let's be real.
Really, nobody. I'm just gonna. I've got some servants though, and they'll do what I say, or else I'll kill them. So
Wish all of life was that simple. So yeah, you get your affairs in order, and you feel a sense of urgency that this creature is implanted into your psyche. And so you waste no time getting to the plane of Carnia. It is a blasted, frozen hellscape. Terribly, terribly, bitterly cold.
Oh man.
Even for a fiend such as yourself, it's difficult to function for long periods of time without a source of warmth, or at least a lot of nice layers. And you get to this location that you've been sent to. It's far away from everything. The thing about Carnia is that there's tons of lost kind of repositories of lore hidden throughout this plane. The devil prince who rules it, Mephistopheles, always seeks new knowledge, and in that search for the new, he sometimes forgets the old. And you have been led to a very, very old, what must have once been a library of his. And shortly after getting there, the rest of you kind of show up as you do. I don't know who gets there first. Who's the most punctual of all of you?
Oh, I'm not. No. Is that a stat? 'Cause-
Punctuality.
It should be. It is not, though.
I don't know if I would have been responsible. Oh, wait, no. All I would have really been, like, if I was using a craft, would have been in charge of that. So I think I'd show up on time. I don't know if I would be first, though.
Okay. You guys are all kind of like hanging back at the edge of this, like, I don't know, probably like frozen volcanic crater or something. You're just like, are you
I
guys?
would wonder if I would be able to use this to make it a little nicer where we are.
You can, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
So this is Little Oars McOarsman.
Little Oars Jr.
Little Oars Jr. is going to control the weather around him.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a, making our traveling conditions a little more palatable, because this shit is cold, and I like it hot.
Mm.
And swampy.
Some do.
Good.
Not
yeah.
nearly
I love
sufficiently swampy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just kind of in a little bubble around you, the icicles stop falling on you, the hail calms down, the snow just falls around you, and you will feel much more comfortable right now.
Cool. Everybody all right?
I'm still not there.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like 30 minutes late.
Everybody all right? Well, like casting thunderclap for dramatic effect.
As you look at your watches, at the time that you're all supposed to be there, you get a text from him 30 minutes late.
Okay, then I guess I was here
no.
first. Like, oh man, come on, guys, it's nice.
So while you wait for the Ultra Loft,
Simon.
you guys
My name
are
is Simon.
you guys are before this huge archaic door to what you expect to be a library. The three of you have probably never met before, but you are all Yugoloths.
I'm Ploppy.
Hey, Little Lors Jr. here.
Foxy Moxie.
I am still not there.
I remember in our vision that there was a fourth, so I suppose we're sticking around to do this? Or do we not really have a choice?
You feel compelled to do what the target has asked of you,
Nope, no choice.
Okay, good.
but at the same time, I mean, you can have your own opinions about that. Someone knows your deepest, darkest secret, basically, and is forcing you to work for them. So
Yeah.
I don't know how into that you guys are, but
Not particularly, but their fedora was very gentlemanly.
is
Yeah.
you hope.
Yeah. And then maybe there will be a chance at revenge later.
True.
And then all of a sudden, Simon just pops out of nowhere right next to everyone.
Oh,
Hey!
All right, let's get this over with. Stupid son of a bitch knows my name.
Yeah. So large library before you. What do you guys do? The door is ancient and probably locked.
ooh.
Can I cast Detect Magic to see if there's any sort of spells on the door?
Yeah, definitely. You get a sense from beyond the door of so many different types of magic. If it was a visual spectrum, it'd just be garbled almost. The door itself, though, just seems like a big ass door.
Big ass door.
Yeah.
Probably locked. All right, why don't you go open that door?
Yeah, I'll check that door. Right?
Nice.
Let's just check it.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta. I mean, it looks locked, but it might not be. Who knows?
Very true.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
All right.
So
What do I do with that one?
you just roll a d20. So anytime you're going to be making a check, you'll roll a d20.
D20,
And you
okay.
add whatever your bonus would be. So your perception will be under your skills there.
Sounds good to me.
Plus 4, 11.
15.
Nice. Yeah, you check the door over and you realize that yes, in fact, it is locked.
Oh,
It's
how
ancient
perceptive of me.
rusted lock that looks like it might take a little bit of work to get undone.
Okay.
Who's the strongest?
Not me. Not even a
I
little.
got
Don't
a
think so.
7.
Scrawny little loft
17.
boy.
Yep. Lothgoth.
Yeah.
Whoever else is strongest, come help me. We're gonna break this lock open. We'll try to break the lock on the door.
Nice. Yeah. Go ahead and make a disabled device check, unless you want to just force it down.
No, let's do disabled device.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Would we be able to use my my character's ore like for leverage?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay,
So
cool.
go ahead and roll
Yeah.
disabled device with advantage.
Good, because that's an 8. 17 plus
Nice.
8 is 25.
Hell yeah. So that ore really helped out. He was struggling with it for a bit, and you just came in there and popped it open, basically.
Sweet.
It made it look like you really did all the work, when it was actually you, though.
I loosened it up for him. Okay, guys.
Cool.
Spin it around and then, like put it behind my back, and then it falls over because I don't actually have a place to put it.
Perfect. So, yeah, before you, the cold wind blows past this door, and scrolls go flying across this ancient library that is dusty, hasn't been touched in probably ages, you don't think. You do hear a slight kind of skittering about.
Oh.
Okay.
Whoa. That's never good.
Yeah, let's not split up, gang.
Wise. That's the first rule of Dungeons and Dragons.
No
right? Do not
blacksmith has
split
never
apart.
played D&D. Sorry.
Oh.
I mean, I want to, but everyone's always in campaigns. I can never join Because everyone's like, we're halfway through. Well, you can play an NPC if you want and just jerk off in the corner. But I don't know.
That's effectively what they're telling you in
Yeah,
D&D speak.
pretty much.
Hey, thanks for joining us, Coma Disasters. Nice to see you
Thank
on
you.
here. So yeah, you guys hear skittering in this ancient unlit library. And you do think that you see a slight glow towards the back of it.
Keep your eyes peeled.
All right.
Hmm.
Oh wait, I forgot you can
Whoa.
actually do that.
Yeah.
So gross.
Fiends could probably do that.
Yeah, it's just like those like little like coverings over.
Oh
his
yeah.
eyes.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's the
yeah.
ones that close like vertically.
Oh, gross.
Why does any animal need
Thank
that? I
you.
know
Thank
why
you,
they need it,
Coma.
but why? Yes. We're gonna play D&D. I want to lose my virginity.
Oh. Pepe.
Well, we're deflowering 2 people on stream today.
We sure
so
are.
All right.
You
Ooh.
could be next.
And it's gonna get weird.
Yeah.
It is already. I went there.
Well, it can't be weirder than my Rocky Horror virginity. That was.
Oh,
Yeah. That's
Did you
never
go to one of
not
the
gonna be
live
weird.
shows?
Yeah, I went to the
They-
guild. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, they spanked me. They sure did. Spanked me
That's-
pretty hard.
Sounds pretty rocky and a little bit horrific.
That's right.
Less Rocky, more horror.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts and just see if I sense any sort of creatures
Oh,
that
yeah.
are like smart in the immediate vicinity. I think it's like 30-foot range or something.
Nice. So, yeah, you cast the spell flawlessly, and within 30 feet of you, you don't detect any really sentient thoughts.
Okay.
You honestly don't detect any thoughts, although you do feel a slight kind of like, almost like a whisper of a thought farther away from you.
Okay.
It's like almost just in the back of your mind. You aren't even sure if you actually noticed it or if you're imagining it.
Okay.
Can I do an ability check for this thing?
Yeah, please do. What kind of check are you wanting to do? Or what would your desired outcome be? That I can tell you what to roll.
Is it strong?
You just want to flex, or are you trying to figure out if that little whispering in the corner?
Yeah, if we could take it.
Okay, that's a do an insight check
Okay.
just to see what your gut tells you about this.
And what do I
So
need to
you
do
go
for
ahead
that?
and roll a d20 and then add your insight bonus, which will be a plus
9.
9.
20.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
So
Well, 11 plus 9.
yeah.
Okay.
20 total, not
I was like, oh snap.
Yeah,
First
so,
natural.
so you he's maybe tipped you off a little bit to I think
There's
there might be
something in
some,
here, I think. I
Yeah.
can sense it almost.
and you just get a gut reaction. You an Arcanoloth are very at home in these like ancient places of knowledge, and you feel like whatever creature it is, if it has lived here this long, it must be some student, some scholar. It probably is not going to be a very strong creature who's been tucked away in this like old ancient decrepit library for however long it's been since someone's been here.
Okay.
Oh,
So it sounds like a weak little bitch, right? We got it, guys.
yeah.
Shall we
Now you're
advance?
talking like a fiend. So yeah, from that kind of distance where you've heard the skittering around, you see this kind of clockwork appendage striding out towards you
Ooh.
with a flaming skull floating above it, kind of directing
like
it
it.
where to go.
Oh, cool.
Neat.
The skull stops, sees you all, and
Uh-oh.
is incredibly surprised that somebody is here. It just stands there. Its jaw literally dropped.
Oh, wow.
And this clockwork thing beneath it is kind of just ticking and whirring, just waiting for the skull to direct it, it seems. What do you guys do? It
Kill
isn't
it.
necessarily hostile, although, yeah, you can definitely kill it.
Is just to reiterate, we're looking for a compass. Is that what we've been sent to find?
Exactly.
Yeah.
A bronze compass that you have the picture of it in your mind.
Okay. Is it within 120 feet of me?
Would you just know that? Based off of...
Oh, well, because I have telepathy at 120 feet, so I'm gonna mentally ask it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Where is the compass?
The skull kind of pardon me, I don't get that many visitors out here. The compass, you seek a compass? Why, we have many fine compasses here in Mephistopheles' finest library. I would love to show them to
Okay.
you. This is just so exciting. And you see the clockwork animated thing beneath him start skittering in kind of like various bits of joy and confusion at you.
Okay.
So what did he say?
So
He says this out loud. You didn't hear
Oh,
what
he said it out loud. Okay.
Yeah, I said that to him,
Right,
and then
that's
he's
good.
just like, "Oh, I'm here to show you around." Like,
I like
great.
how your telepathic voice still has the list.
It's always there.
inside his head. What
should
can
make a
you
different-
tell us?
A different telepathic voice. You see, I'm much smoother in my head.
You sound like you're from Rocky Horror Picture.
I do hope you'll help us.
So yeah, very, very surprised here, this creature. Compasses this way, and the clockwork thing gestures off in one direction.
Ooh,
Okay.
let's go.
Yeah, I'm on board. In the meantime, also, I will telepathically ask it. So, who are you?
As it's walking away, the head swivels around 180 degrees to look at you, and strange query. I can't seem to remember. It's been just so long. I am a scholar here. That I know. I have been studying for Mephistopheles' great return. You're here on his behalf to see what kind of progress I have made. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
That's what
That's-
we're here to do.
yeah.
Yep.
Hey, well,
All aboard.
The progress has been great. Everything is astounding and amazing at the same time in equal measure. Where to begin? What would you like to know? What does the Great Lord desire?
He is in search of a special compass, you see.
Ah, special compass, special compass. Okay, yes. Like I said, many compasses have come to reside here. I have been studying their workings for oh gosh, how long has it been now? And he kind of trails off into thought.
Who is it that has the kind of illusory ability?
I think you
I
have a
do.
lot of good spells.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I was going to say, if that's it, would you be able to conjure, like, an image of what that bronze compass looked like?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So would that be like my minor illusion?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I'll do that then.
This is what we see.
Nice. And do you put any flair on that, or I think as an Arcanoloth who's very self-conscious of how you look, maybe you put your own spin on it, or do you just say, "Broop, this is what it looks like"?
I might like do a little hand twist and be like, "Whatcha?"
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
You see the skull kind of pause again. The clock's work ticking and whirring, and as it turns around towards you, this is, and the clockwork hands try and grab it. Amazing. And he moves his head around it a little bit. Yes. I do have this one. I know where it is. Follow me back this way. And you can see him just starting to think, oh, shit, where did I put that thing? And he get kind of the spider legs of this robotic clockwork contraption click and clatter on the floor. The little bit of light is illuminated coming off of his skull, and he leads you back through all these musty old tomes, shelves. You can tell that this clockwork contraption is there to touch all of these books because they would all get singed super bad if that skull came into any kind of contact with them. And it leads you back to this one wing that's just full of various other clockwork-like trinkets.
Oh, come on, guy.
There's definitely a sex bot if that's what you're thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And yeah, you see a couple of display cases just full of various types of compasses, spyglasses, sextants, lots of different navigational devices. And while I get this out, why don't you explore the other wares and tell the Lord Mephistopheles of their immaculate articleization? And you see him kind of skittering off and start going through cabinets, and you hear the robotic arms, which are not that dexterous, kind of clattering, knocking shit out over. All this meticulously laid out stuff is kind of getting knocked about.
All right. Well, everybody else is doing their thing. I'm going to be using just detect magic on things to see what,
good.
kind of stuff we've got, and just kind of looking through stuff and seeing
Nice.
I was gonna
what
do
looks-
a similar thing.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah, you guys both are able to cast detect magic, and you look around the room. Once again, it is just there. Almost every single item in this room is enchanted to some degree, even the papers,
Ooh.
the pins. You do sense that there are many dangerous things here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Though no traps or anything like that that are really set up towards you guys. You do get the sense that there might be something more mechanical and non-magical trap wise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no actual magical traps.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Yeah. And so yeah, as you're kind of looking around perusing the wares, you hear I've got it! And this clanking as this robotic hand holds up it's actually a fairly large rectangular box with a compass face on the top of it. Lots of ornate brass carved faces of basically demons screaming in agony all over it.
Ooh.
And he brings this box very carefully towards you all. Is this the one that the Lord Mephistopheles seeks?
Yeah. Looks great.
Nice. Go ahead and roll a deception check just to see if you can sell that.
Okay.
So the D20 and then add 9 to it. Nice.
Ooh.
18 plus 9, 27.
Nice,
That took me a while.
yeah.
It's okay. I always knew the Lord Mephistopheles would come back to see me and my creation, my work. Take this to him with all of my. Just take it to him and be very careful with it. There was a reason why it should not be lost.
Uh-oh.
But you aren't losing it. You're taking it to him. He needs this now. Yes.
Well, tell us just in case that we lose it.
There's what is this? And he starts thinking back. It's not that one. It doesn't point to this one. This one right here finds the Panopticon.
Opticon?
Yes, the Panopticon.
Doesn't sound good.
No, it is not.
Okay.
It is buried in a sense, and it really just at the bottom of the eternal ocean of the realm of Stygia. It's really one of those projects that they wanted to scrap, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but it's great that the Lord Mephistopheles is getting back into this. I thought this project had a lot of potential. Been researching it. Wow, what a great idea. What a great idea.
Wow.
Well, I will take that compass from you, and we will be on our way.
I-
For the Lord Mess.
Yeah. There you
And
go.
please be very careful.
Oh, wait, before we go, Fire Guy, I want to do a suggestion on
yes,
you.
Yes, I would love to be suggested.
I want you to just once a day do something for yourself. You know?
I can do that.
Okay, good. Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Lord does work in mysterious ways, sending you to me like that.
Praise him.
Praise Mephistopheles.
Praise his dark majesty.
So with that, you see him kind of mulling over what he should do. One of the constructs will show you out, and a little spider bot animates itself, and a little like BB-8 lighter comes out of the top of it, just starts walking out towards the entrance that you came from.
Good.
You see him lost in thought.
Like, well, that went well.
It did.
That was easy.
Guys, we changed a life today.
Such as it was.
It's pretty sad, actually. I don't think Mephistopheles will ever come and see this guy ever.
What was that? What was that you said?
Oh, nothing. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. I hope the Lord himself comes to visit soon.
Oh,
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Like any day now.
Any day.
He's planning a
now.
visit this week.
Oh, I can't wait.
Stuff a lot out.
Let's, are we out of the range of his? That he can hear us telepathically. Oh man!
I thought
You believe that guy?
I thought we were gonna have to kill that guy because of what you said. Put him out of his misery.
I would have been fine with that too, really.
Oh yeah.
Snuff his poor skull, and it's just like he wasn't hurting nobody.
All right, so you guys make your way out back into the frigid cold. Your control weather spell is still in effect, so
All right,
it's
cool.
still frigid and cold, just not as bad as it could be.
All right, cool. I suppose this will mean that we can travel under a bit more optimal conditions. then.
Yes, it does. So you guys, looking at this bronze compass, somebody make a survival check to try and determine how the hell this thing works.
Okay.
Alrighty. My wisdom is not that good.
I've got a very good bonus to my survival check.
Then you should do
Perfect.
All right.
I hand the compass to you.
All right.
It's a lot
please.
heavier than you expect it to be.
Oh my. And I'm not particularly strong, so I was like,
Throw out your old Marinoloth bag. Oh no!
all
I
right.
thought we were laughing. This is really embarrassing.
That's not laughter. Oh God. Oh, Loth
no.
gods. Help me.
Suck it up, Junior. Let's get a move on.
All right. And 7, but I've got a bonus of 7, so 14.
Nice. Yeah, so you are able to discern most of it.
Okay.
You aren't sure how it actually functions, but you have an idea of where you need to go.
Okay.
This
cool.
compass can point in 3 dimensions, and it is currently pointing up.
Okay.
And you know that, so the 9 hells are kind of structured in a sense that,
Yeah.
you do remember
Layers.
Yeah,
Stacks on stacks.
Exactly. All the rappers are rapping about it these
All
days.
right.
Nice. You remember the little flaming skull guy speak of the plane of Stygia. And that one is the plane above you guys.
All right. So it looks like we may just need to figure out a way to get to the next plane up. In all likelihood, here, everybody. Yeah. So if somebody could take this incredibly heavy thing, I don't want it anymore. Then we can get back on with what we were doing, huh?
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
And you have a boat, and you are a pro river Styx captain.
Yep.
So
Sweet.
So do we need to find another way to travel from this layer up to the next one?
How do we get to
like
that?
Does
gate or something?
Okay.
or-
Do we have that as a passageway between?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The river Styx flows between all the planes of the 9 hells and flows into the abyss as well, where the demons spawn.
Cool.
All right.
Don't go to the abyss. Probably a bad idea.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that being the case, all right. Well, if everybody would, let's get back to where we gated in here, and
Sweet.
I've got just so happens that I've got the method of transportation we'll need to be able to get there.
Cool.
All right.
Let's do it.
Get on the boat.
Okay. With Captain Little Oars Jr. at the helm, we're making gravy without the lumps, everybody. Oh yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, so the journey is fairly uneventful. Marinoloth's pilot boats up and down the river Styx all the time, so a company of Yugoloth mercenaries looks like a normal crew. Usually they ferry souls around, but Yugoloths and devils, demons, all kinds of creatures go by passage with the Marinoloth.
Right.
Cool.
Yep.
So
And, because as we're all mercenaries, that's probably my forte more than anything. Where's Willy Wonka when you need him? Come with me and you'll be in a world of hellish eternal damnation.
that works really well.
Yeah.
I think if you play the Willy Wonka soundtrack backwards, that's what it
It
says.
might. It might.
Your friend. Yeah.
It's a very good impersonation of a backwards.
Anyway.
Perfect.
So we're going along in the river on his boat now, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know why I acted like I didn't know these. I know these riverways like the back of my hideous scaled talons.
Good.
Quite scary, really.
It is.
I'm a working lot. I gotta eat. Anyway.
It is actually quite terrifying. There are souls that swim throughout the river. Most mortals
Ooh.
who touch this water just get stupefied immediately.
Yep.
They forget what they're doing. If
Yep.
they drink from it, they...
We've seen Hercules.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We know what happens.
Yep. This actually is like your favorite water to swim in, though.
Oh, I
was
know.
gonna say,
Yeah.
If you want to do the any hand fishing over the side for wayward souls that were lost in
Ooh.
the phlegethon of the waters of Styx.
Delicious.
Oh yeah. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
this some prime fishing ground.
So as you leave Carnia behind and you move on towards Stygia, Stygia is known as like a plain of ice and water, but it is not as cold as Carnia is. So it actually gets a little bit warmer despite the fact that you're going into these waters with titanic ice shelves that are calving icebergs off
Cool.
into the ocean.
Neat.
The water is all just murky and almost sludgy around you. But these waters are really smooth sailing for you.
All right. Well, That's definitely a relief. So, let's see. Who is it that has the compass now? Whoever I handed it off to? Was it you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it? Okay.
All right. Well, shall we see where we're going from here?
Yes. Direct us hence.
Oh.
Show it to you because you have the survival skill. I don't know how to read this thing.
Yeah, to you, it just looks like it's going like.
Whoa.
Shall I roll a thing? All right. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see what we've got this time.
Do we have our heading?
All right. Yeah. Let's see if I can't divine our bearings for this thing. And 13, so 20.
Cool.
Nice. You definitely can divine your bearings.
All right.
With much more accuracy than before, even.
Neat.
Straight ahead.
All right.
Okay.
As we were, I guess, right?
Hold on. I want to get on the back and just start kicking. Get us there a little faster. How about that?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Hydrolots are the best.
Oh yeah.
That is awesome.
We're airboating it.
I hope that you have a blowhole too. I just think it'd be funny if, like, you know, a lot of those boat engines just like shoot a little like,
yeah.
out the top. That's what you're doing.
It's out the
in
back
my
of his
mind.
neck.
at least.
Just,
Yeah.
Just like dolphins.
Nice. So yeah, you are able to speed up the travel a little bit.
Cool.
Your control weather spell has faded,
okay.
and though it is not as cold as Carnia was, it is still super frigid out. I'm gonna need all of you guys to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Oh.
So yeah, you'll just roll a d20 and add either your Constitution bonus,
All right.
or if you have a saving throw that lists Constitution, you get to add that total.
Okay.
Okay.
13?
13. A
Natural
1.
one. I
Oh
rolled a natural.
Oh,
no!
no.
You left your offensive
Ah,
coats
I
at
got it
home,
for you.
Ultraloth.
I packed it
Uh
around.
oh. So 13.
And the
what did-
Constitution, would that be in skills?
Oh, no. It's right
so
there.
what
So
is
you have a
that?
+3.
Okay, so that's about so 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
19. Nice.
Yep.
So you are, you're splashing around, just happy, ploppy. You're a happy
I'm a
ploppy
happy
over there.
ploppy, yeah. I like
Yep.
it.
All the rest of you guys, though, it is super, super cold. And despite being fiends that have kind of grown up in these elements, you do all take some damage from
Okay.
these
Oh,
extreme
no.
temperatures.
Okay.
So you guys will each take 11 points of damage.
Oh, my goodness.
So you have hit points there. So you can just keep a running track of how many hit points you've lost. But not
right.
you, Ploppy. You're just
Oh, I'm good?
yeah. You're actually splashing everybody.
Oh,
you think that they
good.
want to play?
Flop it along.
Please stop that.
Sounds good to me.
How are you having so much fun?
I'm in my element.
Freezing.
I don't know.
It's kind of
It's
your
not for
element,
me.
yeah.
I'm cold blooded, I guess. Yeah.
I don't even know what you are really. You're just a Ploppy.
I'm just a ploppy.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys make your way through these murky waters, following this compass, and eventually you start noticing that the compass needle is starting to point down, 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 down until you're almost directly on top of whatever this thing is navigating you to.
Okay. All right.
Do I see any sort of like sentries or lookouts like anywhere near us in like this open water?
The water is fairly open. There are large ice sheets kind of raising up
Okay.
the size of mountains almost around you.
Okay.
You don't see any other living creature. You do see some like sorts of fiendish ice carving, but nothing that looks alive.
Okay. That being the case, let's see. One of the things I was going to ask, with my ability here to control water, can I utilize that to make a bubble? Just because since I have the ability to do this with my submarine, with
Yeah.
that to turn it into that, just to keep us all at least not completely submerged in freezing, damaging water. You
Yeah.
know? Okay.
Yeah, you can. The control water will last for just about 10 minutes or so maximum. So
All
you
right.
can kind of push water away from you if you
Yeah,
need
we could
to.
part it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
yeah.
I can just go because I can breathe underwater and I have like dark vision, so I can just
Okay.
do
Yeah.
it.
All right.
And
Yeah.
with, so as a Marinoloth, they're captains of their ship. They're the best at sailing the river Styx and just sailing in general.
Powers.
They can actually, kind of basically create a force shield around the boat.
Oh,
So
around
you have
the-
like a glass topped boat.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, in that case, it was like, if this thing is directly below us, all right, everybody, if you don't mind hanging on tight, we are going down.
I get back in the boat.
Yeah,
That's important.
yeah, that would be good.
I was gonna let that ride and see what happened. So yeah, you see the Merlin Aloth captain kind of cast his arms out, and this thin, shimmering bubble appears over the top of the boat. Yeah, there's enough air or whatever it is that you guys are breathing, probably carbon fumes, I don't know, for you all to just dive down. Yep, and just bloop, 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 down
You can't
into the
see
water.
it all right because the water's super murky.
The light
Whoa, is it murky?
immediately disappears almost.
Okay, I've got.
Does my dark vision help with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I've got that too.
Good.
Yeah, when you see something with dark vision, it usually shows up as kind of like a sketchy black and white image.
Okay.
Okay. Neat.
So yeah, your big old froggy-like eyes, and
I'm
your
reaching out with detect thoughts too to like sense any sort of creatures that
Okay.
come near us.
you do sense some creatures, some things that have adapted to live in this incredibly cold water.
Okay. Can I
with-
sense if they're hostile to us or if they're just passing by?
For the most part, you get that they're just passing by. You feel like they can't detect you so well.
Okay.
Yeah, as you keep diving down farther, you start to feel more than are able to see anything, but you feel the kind of crushing pressure, and you especially, since you're
Yeah.
the one kind of psychically magically keeping all this water away from just splintering everyone in this boat into nothingness. Please keep your hands on our. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah.
Keep 'em
And
inside the
ploppies.
vehicle.
Keep your ploppies inside. Bubble powers activate!
That's awesome. Hell
This is the
yeah,
most
floppy.
interactive chat we've had lately.
Yeah.
So I'm on board with that. Yep.
Floppy fan favorite. Yeah, keep it up, guys. You're doing great.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm sure we'd be able to hear something. But as we are all loths on a demonic plane, I'm sure everything is hostile to us, except
Yeah.
like the one guy. So we got lucky. But yeah, I suppose we're all on it, or at least as far as I know. I know I'm on my guard for this one.
Yeah.
As we go further and further down, while divining where the compass leads us.
So yeah, while you're focused on that compass, does somebody else want to make a survival check to just make sure that you're staying on course? It's going to be really
Yeah.
difficult for you
Yeah,
to try and
'cause
juggle
I-
those
yeah.
two things at once.
That is a lot of
What do I need?
concentration.
Have a good wisdom? I think you just
you have a
add
good-
your wisdom modifier.
Oh, okay.
So
Is that good
so-
Oh,
enough?
I got
Yeah,
nothing.
roll
Yeah.
a 20.
you're probably wiser than a ploppy.
Yeah, you're wiser than me too.
Ooh, 9?
Okay. So you have never looked at this box at all yet, and you've been wanting to though, probably, right? I mean, you're all about like sniffing out all the hidden treasures.
Aw, there you go.
So your kind of
love
excitement
Floppy.
almost overcomes your ability to legibly read it. You start inferring all these things that aren't necessarily true about it.
Okay.
And you kind of instruct the Marinoloth captain in a direction that is maybe not exactly where. Unbeknownst to
Sorry,
you,
guys.
You think that you're on the right course.
I believe you.
So as you're traveling along, you just keep feeling that pressure building and building and building around the ship, and you start picking up some very distinct thoughts.
Okay.
There are predators, large-scale predators in this water.
Oh,
Do you have any light at all within the boat, or are you just going completely dark?
I mean, I don't need light because I have true sight. So
I have true sight.
Yeah, I do not have anything like that either. I have blind sight and dark vision.
yeah,
Nice.
me too.
if I sense that if it's like coming towards us, though, I want to cast suggestion on it and sort of, if I can, ward it away.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys can see up to about 120 feet, maybe 60 feet or so. Within that range, you start seeing the outlines of something monstrous, some kind of eel worm creature.
Oh,
It looks bone white on this distorted color scale that you're working with, and it looks like it has kind of picked up a sense of something moving through the waters. And you cast a suggestion on it,
Yeah.
try and steer it away.
Yeah. I'm gonna suggest that it just ignore whatever this disturbance is.
You see nothing.
This isn't the snack you're looking for.
Perfect. So as you're diving by, you feel this thing rumble past your boat. You aren't sure how exactly how close it is, but it is close enough that you feel the whole boat kind of start shaking, reverberating a little bit.
Okay.
It's getting harder and harder to keep this water at
Yeah.
bay.
Okay. So this being the case, everybody, how about we? I'm thinking that we should probably get back topside and then maybe kind of like regain our bearings. Maybe look at the compass once we're out of danger.
Excellent idea.
All right.
I say no.
No.
I say keep going, damn it.
All right.
Anybody want to join me?
I'll go.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
I like this.
The newbies are gonna die.
No, as long as you don't leave the
Wait,
boat, you're
but-
like,
okay, hold on. It might be a smarter way to do that.
All right.
But we can't check again to see if we're going the right way.
Yeah, somebody else could give the compass a once
I'm gonna
over.
give it a go.
Can we do that before I do whatever I'm doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at
Okay.
the compass one more time, see if I can figure out if we're how we got off course.
Okay.
12 plus 2, so 14.
You are, you guys both are kind of arguing over it. Well, no, it points this way. And, no, you're holding upside down, you idiot. And you kind of go back and forth for a while. You course correct a ways. You believe that you're on the right track.
Okay.
Okay.
If we don't reach our destination soon, let's go back up.
All right. Yep. All right.
Cool.
And let's
Okay.
keep going. And
Sweet.
yeah, and just obviously this is something that is taking a toll on my concentration. So it's like I can't really, keep abreast of everything just following because, thankfully the power is that I head in the direction that we're designating. But other than that, this is all I can do right now. So
Yeah.
it's on you, everybody else. I'm just going to get us there as quickly as we can.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys keep progressing through this inky blackness.
Oh wait. How's the boat oriented when we're going down? Can
Just
I
imagine like an elevator.
Yeah, can I get out?
Yeah, I could do that. How is the boat oriented, Captain?
Okay, what I was going to say is just as soon as you started giving us those directions, we were going like this, and now we're going like this, and it's very strange.
Okay.
Oh.
So sideways
sideways?
through the water, and I'm like, this doesn't seem right, but okay.
Okay.
So yeah,
I don't think I can get out and push again then. In that case.
Oh yeah, no, in that case, because
Yeah.
it's just basically a bubble over
Yeah,
the top
just
of it.
push the bubble.
Yeah.
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 Damn
Yeah,
it.
you
Okay.
can if you want to.
Oh yeah, because you don't. Well, we would have to basically go back upside. I would have to release it so that you could get out and then go back down because since
Oh,
you
because
don't-
it breaks
yeah.
it.
Well, basically with that, like if I released it, the thing, all the water would then rush in on us.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
you
can
guys
try
are-
that if you want.
But then again,
Is he
how
not
are we
able to
gonna
just
get
pass
this
out
thing?
into the water? Or?
How are we gonna get out and pick this thing up in that case? Anyway.
You can if you would like to pass through the bubble, you can do that. You guys
Okay.
are down deep enough that I don't know if you've told anybody, but you have been feeling pressure building and building and building, and it is like taking
Oh.
mental
Oh yeah,
and
because like I
physical
said,
strain on
I
you.
was just like,
Oh.
yeah, it's all I can do is just keep transporting us. Otherwise, like that's taking all of my concentration right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
So
like
would-
even talking
yeah.
to you guys is kind of like, okay,
But then, is it like a submarine where if we get outside this bubble, are we going to explode?
You'd have to try it, but I mean, you are far enough down that as an aquatic creature, you feel like this is farther than you normally would dive, than you'd feel
Okay.
comfortable
Okay.
diving.
Shit.
Yeah, you've been going down for probably an hour or two now.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, as you're pushing on this new course, the compass still is kind of wheeling wildly, pointing in a direction, then kind of wheeling around, pointing in a similar but different direction. It might need another survival check to kind of lock in on this final destination that you're headed to.
Can I do another one, or is it like one
Yeah,
and done?
yeah, go for it.
I can do. Okay.
Oh.
7 plus. I got a 10.
That's not terrible. You don't get you guys horribly lost. No, you're just you haven't really come up with another way to read this thing. You just keep seeing
Damn
the way
it.
that you were shown or that you thought you saw.
Okay.
But yeah, if somebody else can try a survival check, or if you have some spell that you want to do to maybe maybe get
How about
advice orientation.
Oh, but we'd have to be pretty close. Yeah, let me just throw out a detect magic.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that works about like 30 feet or so out.
we
out
might be
from you.
close. We don't know.
Yeah, that's true. You feel so yeah, this kind of like detect magic pulse rings out around you. I imagine you kind of do it as like a sonic echo, but through the
Yeah.
water. And
Magic sonar.
Yeah, exactly. You do feel slight remnants of magic just on like some kind of deep sea fish swimming around.
Oh, okay.
You do feel a stronger concentration in a direction not exactly where you're going, but off a couple of degrees off.
Okay.
Up ahead.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of
But
like
enough to like know an orientation of where we should go.
You could probably key it in with the Marinaloth.
Yeah. You want to change course a little bit?
Yeah, all right. And it's just because since I'm down here, obviously, oaring is pointless. Yeah, I'll just orientate it in the direction that we're the new direction.
Cool.
Can we get
That's
those
been
fish to help us
designated
out?
here.
Pull a ploppy and push us along?
Yeah, maybe. Do you have a
Uh,
maybe a suggestion or
I'll
some
suggest.
kind of, or you conjure animals and make your own fish that would help you?
Ooh.
No, that's cool.
That's cool.
okay.
That's a cool power.
Let's conjure some animals then.
to
Nice.
be like
I
sled
want-
dogs for us.
Hell yeah.
Do chickens. Something that
They're
does
just
every-
instantly crushed.
Yeah, you see this little cube that looks like it once had feathers. Yeah, what kind of creatures do you
Choose your
summon?
animal carefully. You are very deep.
It doesn't have to be like a real world animal. It could be. You could just describe some kind of creature.
I want like those nice little hagfish with the lights.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
kind of a lot of them
Yeah.
like pulling us
Yeah.
along. They go pretty deep, don't they?
Yeah,
They do actually.
nice.
Finding Nemo
They
taught
come
me
with
well.
lights.
Hell
That's
yeah.
smart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll pull us like a little sleigh, like a little, yeah,
Nice.
like King Triton going to that little concert in Little Mermaid.
You guys are all the King Tritons of this campaign. So yeah, you get this little line of, I imagine, 8 hagfish with their little lights hanging off of their foreheads. They look like little miners heading down into the dark.
We're like the Santa from hell right now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Literally.
And yeah, they pull your ship faster in the direction that you, the Hydroloth, have keyed everybody in on. So yeah, you draw near and
Drafting
near.
behind them.
And once you get about 120 feet out, your true sight is able to kind of pierce this blackness. You see the edge of this almost impossibly large polyhedron
Oh.
show up in front of you. And as you drive in closer, you see the little lights from your hagfish start gleaming across the crystalline structure around this polyhedron, which is rested very precariously on this rocky outcropping above what continues down as basically an infinite depth.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we?
Like planar depths where we wouldn't even be able to.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
could effectively go for as long as you could survive.
Yeah.
If you went straight down
Cool.
here.
Fair enough.
And that's kind of well known within the plains is that Stygia is bottomless.
Cool.
Should probably go for it.
Dive
Set a new
out.
record.
You're on your own.
Aquatic chickens.
guys.
That would be kind of awesome. Full Aquaman. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You guys are aqua fiends.
We check to see if there's any sort of entrance on this guy?
Yeah.
Let's go around. Well, as you said, it's impossibly large, right?
It is. It feels like it's impossibly
Okay.
large down here. You've realized that as all the wildlife that you've met has been really compact creatures.
Yeah.
The rocky outcroppings don't even get that large. Yeah, this thing just seems like very out of place here.
Okay.
And the you guys both, as you're kind of like arguing over this compass, you see that it is just pointing directly at this thing. There's no debate here now. You have found it.
See, I told us I would get us there.
I can't understand you though.
Suffering succotash.
So you're looking for a door?
Yeah, let's do it.
Great.
All right.
Are you casting a spell, or are you just going to make a perception check? What are you
I
doing?
don't think I have a spell here to cast for that, right?
I don't think so.
No, I don't. Well, let's just perception check. Let's
Cool.
look.
Yeah,
All
so go
right.
ahead and roll a d20 and add your perception if you have it.
15.
Nice. So as these little hagfish are swinging you around this giant orb, you're keeping your fishy eyes glued to it, and you are noticing no like indentation, no marking, no doorknob, nothing that you've seen so far. You've covered about half of it, and as you keep going around, keep your eyes out.
Okay.
Can I cast detect magic and see if like this is some sort of force field or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So your detect magic once again pulses out in front of you. You feel a strong bit of planar magic contained within this sphere. You don't feel like there are kind of like ancient magical guards that seem to have eroded over time.
Okay.
You're dealing with a lost artifact, basically, that there was magic here once and is now kind of gone haywire or eroded.
Okay.
Can I see through this force field onto the structure? Is there like a place that like feasibly we could just like stand?
Yeah, so it's not a force field per se. It's really just an icy crystalline sculpture
Okay.
kind of thing, like this giant ice ball that's obviously been carved, has many flat surfaces all over it. And
Cool.
you can you look through the ice and just like at the edge of what you assume the ice is, your vision goes blank. And with true sight, it's weird that there would be this black void almost within this sphere.
Not quite sure how we get in. Any ideas?
The very top. Well, you said it was a polyhedron, right?
Yeah.
There's one of those intersections.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah,
I don't
maybe,
know.
yeah.
Could very
That's-
well be.
yeah.
Yeah, and I can just swing us all the way around this thing while we're looking. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good suggestion. All right.
Sweet.
Cool. So yeah, you guys swing up to the top and you're scanning over it. Go ahead and make perception checks for those of you who are looking out,
Sure.
trying to find something.
20.
Six.
Ooh, natural?
23?
Oh shit, nice.
Oh, nice.
20 not natural.
20 non
13
natural.
plus
Okay.
7.
Nice. And you got a
Six.
6? Okay. So yeah, you just get distracted by one of the fish going by. You're like, ooh, that looks so good.
Oh,
I
man.
wish I had little lights on my head.
And you guys both are scanning this object, and you realize that there is nothing that you have seen is any kind of conventional door. You guys have given it a very thorough searching, and there must be some other way in, or it was never designed to be entered. The compass keeps pointing at it. You guys might have a spell or something that could maybe help with.
Yeah. I mean, we have our teleport. We could also try dimension door just to like phase through.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's safer than teleport, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teleport, especially if you don't know exactly what the place that you're teleporting to is,
Yeah.
you can get lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might go somewhere similar. You might go somewhere very far beyond it. And teleport has no real range per se.
Yeah.
You could teleport to an entirely different plane.
Oh, wow.
So,
So,
for dimension door, at least we could pick like a certain distance. Of, like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
To get
Yeah.
through the wall.
Because these extra planar characters have very they have a very dangerous version of teleport. Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's spoopy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys,
Stupid,
those of you with Dimension Door, you can
Dimension
carry.
Door.
You have dimension door as well. All right. Well, I'll grab Poppy. Grab the little junior.
Well, how tall is this? Are we
How tall is
creating
this
a
sphere?
dimension door on the top of this thing and falling 50 feet to our deaths?
Well, it just.
Or does it...
Like it's almost like a teleportation, but it's like a set range, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, so you can like name locations like on the other side of this wall, and we would
Okay,
go
cool.
there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
'cause
you
I can-
might fall to your deaths.
Okay, I can maneuver the boat down back towards the base of it if you want, just so that we can go in a straight line.
We can also fly, so I don't think we're gonna fall.
Some
At least
of
I
you
can fly.
speak for
Yeah.
yourself.
yeah, I can't
I
fly.
can fly.
Really
I'm
good
gonna
with
be
the water
fine.
stuff. Yeah. Now, being midair can't really do that so well.
Coma disaster. says to
Fireball that
it.
sucker.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It melts. It's gone.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're taking them down to the bottom of the sphere, and you're going to dimension door in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that sounds
Perfect.
good.
Sweet. So yeah, your hagfish pull you back around to the bottom.
Gotta mark off a use.
Yep. And
Sweet.
so you're grabbing Ploppy, and you're grabbing little oars. You guys will both dimension door in to the other side, and you feel some regret, obviously, as you're leaving your ship because
Yeah.
you know what's gonna happen to it
Yeah.
as soon as you're gone.
Yep. It's gonna get squidged.
Yeah. Thankfully, there's always another ship for a captain as fine as you are.
Mm.
And so, yeah, you feel the Marinoloth kind of just holding on to the last minute as you grab onto the back of his neck and just get sucked through this ice wall. And you just feel all the pressure behind you almost create this little, like, implosion.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And you bloop, pop out on the other side. And you have actually left Stygia. You
Okay.
now find yourself drifting on this sea of stars, silvery, purplish gas, maybe. You are on the other side, you believe, of this ice wall. and you are not alone.
Oh shit.
So,
Okay.
yeah, you see this giant creature in the middle, and it has been chained and shackled in a million different ways, and you see the inside of the ice sphere. It's been lots of nicely carved, flat, reflective surfaces, just like the outside. And you see a million different images of this creature in the middle, and it has one big eye in the front of it, and that eye slowly opens as you guys disturb its slumber.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, as it opens and that eye is reflected at you from 1,000 different angles on 1,000 different carved faces
Shit.
of glass,
What was that guy?
it is this guy.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, you see an astral dreadnought, and you feel
Oh, from
all...
Moana.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
you feel all the magic around you. Every magical item that you have, all of your spells, your ties to magic, just shuts off as this eye opens and is
Oh,
reflected
shit.
at you from a million different angles.
Okay.
So you're now floating in this astral sea, and this astral dreadnought is chained up. It has a giant metal contraption over its mouth.
That's nice.
It normally some of them have multiple eyes. This one has one eye staring around at you, and you see this optic nerve that's been stretched down and forced inside of its mouth behind this metallic plating, and you just hear it kind of rumble as its large, like hideously large lobster claws start crushing around it, trying to
Shit.
reach for you guys.
Right.
We haven't been told what this thing is by the person who sent us here, right? They just
No.
told us to
Yeah.
find this place.
Yeah.
Cool.
Find the Panopticon is what you assume you found. You got a brass compass from that one guy who doesn't even know his own name, and followed it all the way here. So let's hope.
Now, did you say when that guy's eyes open, that's the only time we're cut off from magic, or is it like a permanent thing that he's casting?
So you guys felt great. I mean, well, as great as you can feel drifting in an astral void with a giant monster. And as soon as his eye opened, it became reflected on all these mirrored surfaces
Okay.
around you.
Yeah.
That's when you felt that your connection to magic disappear.
Shit.
Okay. Yo.
Yeah, this guy has some crunchy hands. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Let it go.
So everybody, just roll a d20 and add your dexterity to it.
20, 21.
Got
Damn, nice.
21.
Also 21.
What the fuck?
18 plus 3.
We
I
can
got a
drink now.
12.
Hey.
It's 21, but flip.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. Okay.
Still tired from having to like hold the
Yeah.
pressure on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Catch your breath.
Well, I was like... I call him Snippy.
Okay, so you guys, you can either tie break it with your dexterity modifier or just choose who gets to go first.
Nose goes.
That's the way I meant.
So does that mean take goes?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Whoa.
Wait, you can't, right?
Huh? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I can't do any magic 'cause he's
When
looking
you
at
cast
me.
detect thoughts, you reach up and nothing happens. And then who wants to go after Tate?
Can't do anything.
Oh,
Or after
man.
the Ultraloth?
I don't know
Can
what
I talk to
can
this
do.
guy? I mean, I speak all languages. Does he speak any
You
language?
do speak all languages. That is true.
Can I just be like, hey, what's up?
Times in different languages.
Until you find one that you both settle on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's-
Panopticon.
Yeah, you settle on Esperanto. And the creature seems like it hears you.
But he
It
can't.
doesn't necessarily seem like it wants to talk. It seems like you've awoken it and it is pissed, and also it has its giant mouth bolted shut
Okay.
with one of its own eyeballs getting ripped inside of its mouth. So it's kind of grumpy.
Doesn't want to talk to me.
Oh man.
So sorry, let's get the initiative order down first. We have the Ultraloth. Who wants to go after the Ultraloth?
I can.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm
Okay.
getting
I'm
into.
going last, I think.
I'll go third then.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So Tate, you try and cast out the spell, Matt, or detect thoughts, and nothing happens.
sense nothing.
Do you want to do anything else on your turn?
Then I'm just going to shout out, "We've been sent to find you."
and it kind of just like wheels about. It's really graceful for being just, I don't know,
Like
this
locked
chained
up in
weird
chains.
beast. Yeah.
Nice.
And just, pivots in place and just lets out this like muffled, growly roar as it just reaches towards you with this giant lobster claw to try and pinch off your head.
Oh shit.
So it doesn't respond to your words. Anything else that you want to do on your turn? You can move.
Well, if I see that it's reaching out for me, I'm going to step backwards.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to, and you realize that in this area you can just move in whichever direction you want.
Okay.
You aren't necessarily flying, but you can use your fly speed if you want,
Yeah,
It's just
I will.
as
I'm
easy
gonna
as
back- I'm gonna
walking.
back way away from
Oh,
it.
cool.
or swimming for
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
and I have swimming ability as well. And
Nice.
actually, I'm faster swimming than I am moving on my feet.
Yeah, that's why I'm
so-
doing fly
Yeah,
speed.
me too.
60.
Hell yeah. So yeah, you're able to fly 60 feet around this dome. It's really big inside, so you have enough space to maneuver easily.
Okay.
So our Arcanoloth friend Foxy, you spoke to it in various languages. It has responded in a handful, not responded in those languages. Has responded to your utterances of words in a handful of different languages, but you are not sure that any message is getting through. You do speak every language in the known anywhere. So it's not for lack of trying, I guess, that it's not responding.
Okay.
Is there something else you'd like to do?
I mean, I have no magic, right? So.
Yeah, you can't cast any spells in here. You do feel that kind of like almost a heat from that eyeball being reflected around the room at you, staring at you, and you just feel that heat keeping your magic at bay.
I got nothing.
You could see what you might know about it with an Arcana check, or
Oh, I can still do those?
yeah, you can use skills.
Okay.
Definitely, you can do any. You can use your claws as well. Anything that's not magical.
Can I tell if he if he's like pissed at us and wants to hurt us?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
13, 9, 22.
Nice. So yeah, actually get a really good read on this guy. You feel like he's like a guard dog of sorts. You know, he doesn't necessarily want to hurt you. He's just defending his territory, and also has not been disturbed in pretty much ever, really.
No.
So we'll go on to our Hydroloth friend Ploppy over here.
I don't know what to do. That's good.
Guard dog, do I?
No. I have telepathy as a language, but does that
Yeah.
count as magic?
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
No, if it's a language, I believe that you can. It's a mental power, I would assume.
Sweet.
If it's a spell that you would cast on yourself, then I would say no. But I think at
Let me,
least.
Supernatural ability is not magic, it's just a thing you can do.
Great.
It's very 3.5. Of
All
you.
right.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's look into this guy's see what's going on. Maybe he's projecting something.
Okay.
You know. Yeah. Let's use telepathy on this guy.
Cool. So you use telepathy. What's the message that you send to this guy?
Say we come in peace.
You.
And also,
feel-
how are you?
that's a really
Yeah.
nice add-on to that, actually. So you feel this like just mental rush of like anger, just trapped potency,
Oh.
just frustration at the cosmos, basically.
Okay.
So that's how he's doing. You coming in peace. It seems almost like the word peace almost just like bounces off of his mental.
Okay.
Like maybe his species doesn't have that word.
Ooh. Yeah.
You do get a sense of like extreme pain coming from his jaw where this thing has been cramped in.
Oh.
One of his eyes is just like is so painful. Like when you even get the slightest hint of that pain, you immediately sever that connection because it's almost too much for you to take.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Cool.
Time out for a second. We had someone in chat who drew us.
Oh!
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that is amazing. Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Super
Princess Leia. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That
Floppy.
looks awesome.
Oh.
The horniest of toads.
That's great.
That's amazing. Damn.
Well done.
Okay. Well, I guess let's have ploppy tattoos, guys.
I'm down.
All on our backs.
Hell yeah, that's rad.
Getting a retweet.
That was great. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
So yeah, you tried communicating with it. Is there something else you would like to do?
Ooh, can I?
Yeah, you can still move. You could you basically just talk to it, so you could still do an action if you want.
Everything's a melee though. I can't attack this thing.
You could get closer to it, and then you'd be within melee range.
So is this steal memory though? Is that a magic thing?
That
It seems magic. Seems magical.
it does seem pretty magical. I think you could, as a Hydroloth, I think if you got close enough to him, I imagine you like actually sucking that memory out of him.
Yeah.
So let's just say that is like a physical thing that you can do just for the sake of it being cool.
Okay. Let's do this.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, that being the case, well, it's not my turn yet, but yeah.
So
Anyway.
so as you're going to do it, you have to get close enough to him to actually siphon this memory out.
So it's 60 feet. Am I not close enough?
Oh, you can do it from 60 feet
Yeah.
away? Oh, cool. Yeah, in that case, yeah, you can draw this memory across the silvery void to you.
Okay, cool.
So I think he makes a what kind of saving throw?
So he takes 46 psychic damage and then makes a DC
Uh-oh.
16 intelligence saving throw.
Oh man.
Is that bad? What does that mean? Did I fuck us up?
Well, you are
That's
attacking
pretty
its
good.
mind, so it's
It's 46 psychic
No.
down. Nice. So you get to roll 4 six-sided dice. That's how much
Got a
damage you'll do
crazy
to it.
mind. 4, 3, 7, 9, and 6. So 15.
Nice. So 15 damage.
I like that it was 4, 3, 2, and then 6.
Oh,
Really threw us off the scent there. So let's see. Takes 46 damage and then has to make an intelligence. DC 16
16,
intelligence saving
yeah.
throw.
So what does that mean, DC 16?
So
Difficulty class.
Difficulty class.
So that's just the target number that they have to tie or beat to stave off this effect.
Cool.
So this thing is ancient, and you start drawing some of its mental energy in towards you, and as it feels you start to take its consciousness, it just force of will shuts that down.
Oh, man. Okay.
So you do get a snippet of it. You get a little bit of its life history, a little bit of what it is currently feeling.
Anything good?
It's going to take a second for you to process
Okay,
that.
yeah. I'll process that.
So,
Digest.
Okay.
yep, exactly. You got a nice little belly.
Ooh. That's
So-
adorable.
It is adorable. All right. So this Astral Dreadnought, he's going to try and snip and snap at you guys. I think you have pissed him off the most. Mr. Hydroloth.
Trying to rip his memories out of his head.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. So it's going to try and claw at you. What is your AC, your armor class? It should be at the top of your sheet.
Oh, it's 15.
Okay. So yeah, he is able to reach out, and as you're just overwhelmed by all of these memories that he has,
Yeah?
he just lobster claws you.
Oh, man.
It's gonna take you're gonna take 19 damage.
19 damage.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's a strong boy.
Does that mean, okay, yeah, 19.
So
Shit.
as he snips at you, he's gonna come at you with the other claw as well,
Fuck.
dealing another 19 damage to you.
No.
As he just double pinchers you and starts trying to rip you apart.
Oh, man.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, he's not happy.
He's
How
so
you
big.
doing, Bobby?
I'm good.
So Mr. Marinoloth,
Damn.
a little Orzy McOrsman.
Damn it, Floppy. I'm sorry.
Damn, Floppy. Help the poor crab boy. Aw, he is a poor crab
Yep.
boy.
Poor Snippy.
It's ran by anger.
Yep.
Thus ends the
Sad tale of Floppy.
This is almost as bad as when Dobby died.
Aw.
Pinched to death.
Spoilers.
Oh, no.
We don't know what Dobby's from.
Yeah.
And if you do, you probably already saw it. So
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is while Snippy is in, I don't know why that's now the official name as far as I'm concerned.
It's pretty
But
good.
yeah, while he's doing that, I'm going to see what we've what all of those things are all over his face, and if they maybe have a way of being removed. You know, Just because obviously if these are things like if we got that immediate flash from him that it's something that's hurting him, but if he can like kind of see what we're doing, maybe if it's we do this, you know, so that it can communicate with us more effectively and relieve it of pain. Obviously, this goes against what Loths would normally do because they don't give a shit. But in this case, I also don't want I don't want Ploppy to get snipped in half while we're trying we haven't even figured out what's happening.
Nobody wants Ploppy to get snipped in half.
No,
Yeah.
especially not the fans. They love.
Oh
Ploppy.
yeah. Ooh, fan favorite. Let's not let him die.
Yeah.
Floppy,
So,
new
go-
color circuit mascot.
So go ahead and make a perception check with advantage because this thing is just so massive and so like eye-catching.
Yeah.
So you get to roll 2d20, take the higher one,
Okay.
and then add your perception bonus to it.
That's 10 and 11. So my perception.
Man, that was a
bonus-
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not bad.
So 15.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see once again these giant metal clamps that have been bolted over his jaws, and you feel like there are various weak points basically that you could probably pry these
Okay.
bolts out. It might take a little while, and it probably would inflict some pain on this creature,
Yeah.
but it has seemed sentient enough to recognize that might be construed as help.
Okay. So if that's it, would it be like an additional action while I'm doing that to try to kind of like project that concept into its brain with my telepathy?
No, that's basically a conversation that you can have.
Okay.
So,
All right. Because I was like, if that's it, who, Ploppy aside, is who's immediately in the middle of having a pinch? Out of all of us, who can fly? Both of you?
We
Yeah,
can.
we can both fly.
Okay. That being the case, what I would just telepathically communicate as well. Hey, maybe while it's otherwise diverted, if y'all can do this, maybe try to get those things off of it. And I think because I am the physically weakest one here, I can try to just kind of reason with it while we do this. If you are okay with that.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, because this is something that seems
I
like
actually have
we
something I
might.
want to try.
Yeah,
with
because
that, too.
we might be
Yeah.
outmatched by this thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just so yeah.
Okay.
If y'all are down with that,
I am. And that's something I would like to try.
okay.
Once you're done.
Yeah, because I guess because I would be able to convey the same thing to everybody else.
Yeah,
with
you
it,
could-
because y'all would be within 120 feet of me.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Nice. So yeah, you kind of convey this whole plan. You convey these images to the creature itself, calming it down, possibly.
Yeah.
And it is now the Ultraloth's turn.
Okay, yeah, after hearing what is it? What are you called? A Merkenaloth?
Marinoloth.
Marinoloth. So yeah, hearing the Marinoloth's idea. So my hypnotic gaze, because it's technically not a magic ability. It's one of those like action things.
Yeah.
Could I
Yeah.
attempt to do that with the creature since his eye is all over, so he can see me, and it's my eye sparkle with opalescent light, and I have to be within 30 feet of it. Okay, I will fly within 30 feet of it, and then it has to succeed on a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw or be charmed until the end of my next turn.
Okay. Yeah,
Nice.
definitely.
Yeah, the
Very
charm target
nice.
is
Not bad.
stunned. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, you get up close to it, and your eyes start gleaming all glimmer glamoury.
Yeah, it's almost like they reflect the cosmos that were floating around it. I'm just sort of
Nice.
This guy,
piece them
sun's
out.
getting real low.
Yeah,
Exactly.
trying to calm. Yeah.
What saving throw was that? Sorry.
Wisdom saving throw. DC
Okay.
17.
So yeah, you get up close to him, and you start trying to project just calmness, and you feel it start to receive these messages, and once again it just like through this ancient built up rage of whatever is going on in this creature, it just shuts that down again. You feel like it is its resolve is weakening though. Each time that it is just mentally shutting you guys out, it only can do that so often.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, because I can feel that it didn't work, right? I can see that he
Yeah.
shrugged it off. Okay, well then I'm going to fly back away out of range, just to save my own skin.
That seems smart. Cool. So our Canaloth friend Foxy, what are you up to?
I'm trying to get those bolts off. Right? Was that still the?
Yeah, I
Oh.
would say that's what we should try. We should try to do.
Nice. So yeah, without magic, you do have claws that will help you kind of scrabble around underneath the bolts.
Would Mage Hand also possibly be like
It would if she could cast it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. fair
Yeah,
enough.
since
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
magicless.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're able to fly up to this creature and kind of get onto one of these bolts. Go ahead and make a strength check to try and muscle this thing off.
19.
Nice. Yeah, so you actually make great progress. Your little foxy claws get underneath there. You just and you just hear this like almost like as you rip this giant bolt out, and some gore and ichor trails off the base of the bolt. But
Bolts
you
into
do
his
feel,
face.
you do feel this mask starting to loosen a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, there's anyone with a psychic connection with him through telepathy or whatever. You feel this both like rage, anger, pain, and
Yeah.
also a little bit of thankfulness.
Cool.
Oh, good.
All right. Looks like it's working out.
Oh, man.
Cool.
So you are in a bit of a pinch, as Law said earlier.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
Oh, what? So the mask, how's that looking?
There are going to be 5 more bolts. There's
5
3 on
more
each
bolts.
side, and our Kenneloth was able to rip off one of them.
Okay. Well, I really want to kill it, but I guess no one else does. So,
It'd be pretty badass if you killed it on your own.
nice. Can I get up close to that thing and
Yeah.
try this mask?
Yeah,
Nonsense.
definitely.
Okay. Is that count as an attack or something on the mask? Or what does it count as?
So once you get up close, it's just gonna have you make a strength check. This creature is just so large and monstrous that it, you can kind of like dodge, move around it a little bit, get up to the mask, and then it'll take pure muscle power to rip it
Okay.
off. Unless you have another idea of something else that you could do to maybe
No.
help yourself.
I wanted to attack it, but I guess that's not.
You can attack
the
it.
mask.
You could attack the mask, although it seems like it'd probably be easier to rip the bolts out than to try and like cleave this like forged mask that's
Oh
obviously
yeah.
been like
I'm
designed.
just seeing because
Yeah, if you want to attack the bolts, you could do that.
cool because I get 2 attacks.
Nice.
So
Oh,
that'd be
nice.
better.
Yeah, so you could probably reach 2 of them in through one attack because I think you
Cool.
have pretty long arms too.
Let's use those claws. Let's swim up to it. Use those claws.
Oh yeah, because you got claws that are like the length of your whole body.
You're a
Awesome.
spiky boy.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, yeah, go ahead and make 2 attack rolls. So you'll roll a d20 each time, and you'll add your attack bonus.
Here, use mine as well.
Thank you.
Nice.
Oh,
17 and
Ooh.
13. Not bad.
awesome.
good.
What's the attack on
So it should
claws?
be
So
a
that
good
would be here?
claws.
Plus
Yeah.
9?
Yeah. to each
Okay.
of those.
So 26 and 22.
Nice. Both of those are going to hit the bolts that you're aiming
Awesome.
for. So go ahead and roll some damage. That should tell
Cool.
you under your claws how much damage you do.
2d8
2d8
5.
plus 5. Do I have. What's a d8 look like?
D8s are kind of
Oh.
diamonds.
Yeah, I rolled
These
diamond.
guys here?
Yeah. You want to roll?
Oh,
Oh, that's
cool.
a 10-sided die.
That's a 10?
Yeah, it's a
All
diamond
right.
one.
Give me that
There's
one.
a-
Oh. There you go. Diamonds. Okay, so it looks like 11 and 7.
Oh, so it's 2d8. So one attack will do 2. Yeah, both
So
of those
here.
plus 5.
So 13.
8, 5, 13.
Nice. And then how much does your other attack do?
That one does.
Oh,
Ooh, a
much
little
more.
better. 18.
Nice. So yeah, you are able to actually, thank you. You're able to actually just kind of like gouge these bolts to the point where their heads pop off. The
Mhm.
base is still inside the
Okay.
creature's jaw, but it can. The mask is like almost pryable off at that point.
Sweet. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's just the other side of the face. I assumed you went to the same side of the face that Foxy was working on.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
The
yeah, the other
adjacent
side
bolts.
just has
Yeah.
3 bolts driven into it.
Okay.
Nice. So it is now the astral dreadnought's turn. And it notices that you're starting to help it. It's moving around very slowly and kind of like gazing at each of you with its eye. Once again, the eye is just being reflected all around, it, just staring down into your souls almost. And this creature is going to just kind of like wait.
Okay.
You see its claws kind of poised near you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As in, like, a don't fuck up. Mr. Marinoloff, little Ors McOrson.
Yep.
Orson Scott Card, what are you up to?
Yeah. Well, at this point, looks like because I mean, I have a strength of 8, so I actually have a negative modifier to being able to help out with this. Yeah. So at this point, there's not really much more I can do from where I'm at. So what I can do is just, I guess, swim up close to, swim through the air, or whatever it is, up to everybody else as close as I can, while at the same time telepathying at that thing as hard as I can that we're not trying to hurt it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
just trying to be a persuasive, calming influence.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and make a charisma check
All right.
just to see how persuasive you truly are.
Okay. 12. I have no modifier.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely don't harm the situation by
Okay.
projecting these thoughts.
Cool.
So yeah, you do see the creature kind of relax a little bit. Still obviously in a lot of pain and with a lot of hatred buried inside of it.
Yeah.
So Mr. Ultraloth, remind me of your true name again.
True name is Simon.
Simon, that's right. Simon the Ultraloth.
Simon says, or Simon sees rather.
Yeah, so Simon sees them start to pull off the bolts, and he sees that it has an effect to the creatures calming down. So with his telepathy, he says, "This is gonna sting a little bit," and then I'm gonna do my multi-attack and attack the other 3 bolts like he did to try and cleave them off so we can pull the mask off.
Okay, I just
Cool.
imagine you flying at them and just like fing, fing, fing.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what's
Awesome. Sweet. So yeah, go to make 3 attack rolls. Do you want a couple extra d20s? Oh, yeah.
I have a bunch, so what do I get? It's just
you can just roll all 3 of them at once if you want.
3 at once. Sounds good. Okay. So what do I do for +8? So I have a 15 is my lowest,
Nice.
then a 21, and then a 27.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you're
roll a natural 19.
nice. Your sword is able to cut into all of them.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll damage on all of them.
Okay, so it says, and I'll do two-handed for these two, like putting a lot of power. So
Okay.
D10s.
Just driving through these bolts.
Just trying to slice them off.
Master Yi, you.
Yeah, Alpha Strike.
You hear the screech of metal as your sword cuts through these bolts.
Okay, so and this +3, so one of them takes 5 damage,
Okay.
another takes 6 damage, and the last takes 9 damage.
Nice. So yeah, you soften these bolts up a lot. None of them pop off, but they are obviously going to be very easy to break off, rip off, do whatever you need to do to them.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Sweet. So, Foxy, what are you up to?
I'm gonna keep getting at those. They're not off yet, so I can only do one at a time, though, right? One bolt. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll go for.
So you fly around this like giant caged maw, get to the other side, and you see the metal still kind of glowing from where this Ultraloth has struck it so hard.
Not quite as hard as Ploppy did.
Yeah, Floppy just made it look easy was the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
go ahead and make a
19.
nice. And so, are you gonna claw through it and try and rip it off, or are you gonna just try and pull it out like you did before?
I'm pretty strong. I think I'll just pull it off.
Nice.
So 19 plus 3, so 22.
Yeah. So Simon had like carved any rust off around it, and you're able to just easily pull it out, and you don't hear the same like roar of pain that you heard the first time that you ripped one of these out of its face.
Well, that's good.
You do still see the like thick black glowing ichor dripping off of it.
Just rip his
God.
jaw out. It's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's good. But yeah, so that's good. You've made progress.
Woohoo!
Good.
All right, Ploppy,
Good.
it's up to you, buddy.
Oh.
There's still 2 bolts in there. They've both been weakened
That's right.
extremely.
Well, let's hit him.
Hit him. Do it.
Yeah, because let's attack him, right?
Good.
'Cause
Yeah.
I can only do one of those bolts if I just went for it.
Yeah, so you're going to
Okay.
do a multi-attack?
Yes.
Nice.
Let's do that.
Yeah, you kind of glide around his face, also doing your little
Oh.
swim to get over there because you're
Uh-oh.
faster that way.
Uh-oh.
6 and
Uh-oh.
7.
6 and a 7.
So
What
plus
do you
your
add?
Plus, which one?
Should
it'll be your
under-
2 hit.
Oh,
I
it
think.
was
Or are you
the
gonna pull?
Plus
attack.
9 to
Okay,
hit.
so yeah, 15
Nice.
and 14.
So yeah, you almost miss, but you don't.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so both of your claws just sink into these. How much damage do you do to each bolt?
Well, let's see. One. So 7 for the first one,
Okay.
and 5, 4, 9, 14 for the second one.
Whoa, dang. Okay. Yeah, you are able to kind of claw both of these bolts off of the
Sweet.
face, just going at him crazy with these sharp, disgusting talons of yours. And
Nice.
as that last head of the bolt falls off, you just hear the astral dreadnought let out a like, its claws come around, hooking on the back of him, and just shoves this metal plate off of its face. You see its jaw open for what must be the first time in millennia.
Mm.
And you hear this huge creaking of bones, and you see the optical nerve that's been wrapped around through his teeth, leading back down into his throat, kind of like reverberate with the force of his bellow as he thanks you in the way of his people, I guess.
As much as these scary ass things can.
Yeah. So yeah, he is effectively
He's gonna eat.
He's gonna
friendly as far as that goes. Although he does look pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We should have
So
brought
we-
some of those glowy fish.
I was gonna say we do have somebody who can conjure animals.
Yes.
Chicken time.
Yeah. Oh, everybody loves chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, you guys taste like chicken too. This guy.
Oh man.
Oh, great.
So,
Snippy, no.
so yeah, with the anti-magic still around you, you are unable to summon chicken in
Oh,
time.
shit.
Oh,
You're right.
God damn it.
Oh.
And you see these giant claws kind of scoop forward, and since you're all at his mouth already, he just shoves you deep down inside his throat.
God.
Bastard.
And-
We just helped
Oh,
him.
man.
And he might have helped you because you
Oh.
don't feel the crushing pressure of a throat squishing you down into pulp. You no longer see the astral sea that you've been floating around in, and you instead unceremoniously thump, thump, thump down onto what feels like a stone floor.
Huh.
Bones built up underneath you.
Uh-oh.
You have been swallowed by the astral dreadnought, and this is something that you would know. Go ahead and make an Arcana check to see how much you know about it. Oh, you don't know that much about it. Actually, you're still pretty
16,
good.
yeah.
That's really good for rolling a 3.
Yeah.
It's only because I got a 13 plus 13.
Hell yeah, that's what happens if you're a fox that just studies a bunch of magic stuff.
Yeah.
I just luck out.
You know your
Yeah.
stuff.
Sly like a fox.
Oh, we destined few.
So, that's us.
Bad, I overshot the mouse.
That's okay.
Pay
So-
no attention to the man behind the curtain.
So you know about astral dreadnoughts that they are unique in the sense that they don't have a digestive system necessarily. They just have a dungeon within their stomachs. That anything that gets swallowed, it's basically a one-way trip until the creature itself dies. And that one out there now looks so much healthier now that you have freed it from its jaw
Great.
restraints. So you plop down into this dungeon. And you hear almost a chorus of applause. Except it's
Yeah.
except it's more devilish.
Okay.
You see a handful of these blue ice devils.
Ooh.
They are not as cool as a blue ice dragon, but
Blue eyes, white dragon.
yeah, but yeah, they're these insectoid creatures. We have a picture coming up on screen right now. And you hear them all kind of skittering around, and you hear them hissing at each other through their clacking mandibles in abyssal. Is this the relief? What is this? Who is this? Who are you? What are you? And you see little imps, their servants, kind of skittering around, nervously looking at you, with rows and rows of very specialized cages behind them. What do you guys
Cool.
do?
Well, we all speak Abyssal, right?
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have magic again, or we're still out?
So you from where you fell in there, you see an eye, very old and withered, with a strained optical
shit,
cord
That's why it was
hanging
there.
above
Okay.
you,
Great.
just attached to the ceiling, basically. And you still feel a lack of connection to your magic.
Man.
It is
Can we,
just
cut
an
off
eyeball.
that eye?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
totally could.
Okay.
You are being
Let's
confronted.
Fly up there and
Yeah. Yeah.
claw it off.
Yeah.
Well,
You can.
Do we want to sever the eye of the thing that just put us in its belly? or-
Yes.
Okay.
If that'll give us magic, then
It's true.
well, what I was okay. Well, because I was gonna say that those things probably. Well, we don't even know if they're hostile yet. You know.
Oh, because it'll
Right.
bring down.
I don't
Yeah,
think we
if
need
they
to.
asked if we were the relief, obviously it's not like intruders kill them,
Yeah.
Because I was going to say we could probably tell them what we're doing. How many of them are there, by the way?
Yeah.
You see about a dozen of the actual ice devils.
Uh-huh.
There are a score or more of imps skittering around.
Oh shit. Okay.
They all are very nervous. The imps, especially, only the imps actually are nervous. They're peeking behind things. They're hiding. They're like, ooh.
They're impish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The ice devils all are very menacing, much like the picture on screen there, with their big spears and their long, spiky ice tails, moving towards you questioningly. What are you? Where do you come from? Through these clattering abyssal mandibles.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Okay.
More prisoners? Relief?
Well,
Who sent you?
could we possibly, if the eye doesn't see us, could we conjure magic? Standing on top of the eye.
Conceivably.
Yeah.
Hey, way to
If
go,
there's
Floppy.
if there's just if there's just an eye with the little nerve there, you can stand on top of that eye theoretically, and just conjure shit. Which I think if we're gonna kill these imps, we're outnumbered. There's like 32 of them,
Yeah.
so we're gonna need magic. And if the eye can see the imps, then they're powerless. But then we have magic.
It's true.
Ha!
That's a good.
I said this all through telepathy.
So as that rings out and not their heads, I guess. So yeah, you've been thinking this at the whole group the whole time, and the ice devils keep approaching you. Mercenaries, filthy yugs, what are you doing here?
Okay.
We say not much. What about you?
If that's the plan, if you guys want to move and do all of that, I can ask them a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, and I would just tell them just that are you the guardians of the Panopticon?
Yes, we are.
I was like, yep, this is what we're here for. Just if they're paying attention, was like, yeah, we are Yugoloth mercenaries, but we've been sent by the Lord of the what plane is that?
The plane that you're currently on is Stygia. The previous plane that you're on was Carnia,
Yeah.
which was ruled by Mephistopheles.
Yeah. So we've been sent on behalf of the plane of Carnia. We're here on orders from Mephistopheles. We're being paid to do this, but we've come to retrieve the Panopticon, and probably would not be in your best interest to thwart the will of one of the great abyssal lords.
And these, yeah, go ahead and roll with advantage because you gave a nice, pretty speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 and 10. So, and what
What's
is?
your
And I have
No
no.
charisma.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you give this impassioned speech, and you're you tell them that basically they should heed your word or fear Mephistopheles' wrath. Except the entire time that you say it, your voice is like a very indoor voice. So some of the ones in the back.
No, I want to do that because it's thwarting the will of the
Yep.
guys that big lord guy don't not know.
Yeah. Yeah. So the ones up front are like, yeah, Mephistopheles. What does he want with us? And the ones in the back are, speak up, what's happening? They all crowd in closer and push with their spears, out of the way, filthy. And they get past each other. All these little imps are kind of skittering around closer and closer now, their curiosity overcoming their fear. You're from Carnia? You are Mephistopheles? What is this? What are you talking about? What lies are these?
And who has a higher
She's got a good deception. I have
charisma
intimidation.
or yeah.
I have good charisma.
Okay. Because I would say if you're a better talker than I am, and can
Try
craft
the
a more
speech
effective
again?
story, I would just be like talking to them, like reaching for you, like
Oh.
So do I want to deceive them or just give them a good speech?
Well, we're totally. It'd probably be both because we are lying our asses off to them.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you tell me what you say, you can maybe get an advantage also on your roll. Put
I
these.
said what he said about Mephistopheles and yeah, don't fuck with
projecting.
gods and give him a big old warning.
Like using using like illusion and like.
I wanted
crafting
to go
it.
like Roxanne. I can't think of the real Shakespeare thing, but you just whispered in my ear and I'll say it
It's just
better.
like-
Okay, yeah.
And the thing, and then just like if you're using like illusion in conjunction with it. Oh wait, no, you can't. But shit, that would have been great with like the little like a robotic librarian thing. And we're just like, and we just tell the shit out of this story.
Hell yeah. So the Marinoloth kind of whispers in your ear. You heard what he said. His voice was basically directed at you guys.
Yeah, like if there was a thing to tell him about the guy and the Dark Lord and
So yeah, go ahead and roll a deception check.
11
Nice.
plus 9, 20.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, you actually belt it out. You know that demons they respect authority. And you say it very
I have no
authoritatively. Yeah, this scrawny little oarsman who has lost his boat. Not the kind of guy you want to have stand down a bunch of ice devils. But you stand up loud and proud, and you're obviously a very prideful creature. You take a lot of care in your appearance and whatnot, and you just know how to conduct yourself. And these
Why, thank
demons
you.
or these devils kind of step back. So the Lord Mephistopheles he seeks it's been so long. Why now? Why do you come now for the Panopticon? What do you seek from this?
We were the chosen ones, so we
if I may,
get back over here, bud.
Can I do an intimidation thing?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I want to do that as well.
Oh, well, yeah.
Don't ask too many
I
questions.
want to say,
Nice.
you of all people should know not to ask questions when Mephistopheles asks you something.
You dare
Yeah.
question the Dread Lord?
Yeah.
That accent gives you definite advantage on this. Yeah, both of you guys roll intimidation with advantage because you're playing off of each other. You're really getting into
what
the,
do you mean advantage?
you're gonna roll 2d20 and take
Oh,
the better
2d20.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite editions, the
Whoa.
5th edition
Oh,
system.
shit.
So much better than stack.
Wait, I thought I got
you
a
did not
20.
get a 2. You got
Yeah.
an 18.
I
Oh, you got an 18?
I also got
Okay.
an 18. 9 plus 9.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So the both of you guys, playing off of each other, playing off of Foxy, you're able to kind of like verbally bully down these ice devils. They have been here for as long as the Panopticon's been around.
Mm-hmm.
You saw how sealed that Astral Dreadnought's mouth was. Nothing has come in or out in probably millennia. And they don't know what to do with this new force of will walking into the dungeon and ordering them around. So they all kind of just like bow down to you. You guys are now the ranking officers of this dungeon.
Yeah. Got our own ice devil
Not
on.
bad. Yeah.
You are still trapped in the belly of a beast, which you may never escape, but you do have an ice devil army.
Hey, can I kill the one that talked smack to us?
Yeah, is that part of your intimidation?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you kill him?
Oh, I want to snip off his head and say, "This is what happens when you question Mephistopheles." Mephistopheles.
Floppy is angry.
You see an imp in the background.
Yeah. Let's kill this thing.
Yeah, so yeah, you're able to just they all are kind of like bowing down before you, and you just walk up to it with your huge like beefy ass ploppy arm.
Yeah. Nice.
Rip off this little insectoid head, and the body kind of just slumps down and shivers for a bit as you hold the head up to the crowd.
Eat it for maximum intimidation.
It actually looks pretty yummy.
I'm hungry. I'll eat it.
It's
It's
so
a frog. It is a bug, right?
This is true.
So yeah, actually, that really cows the room. They all
Damn, Poppy.
power of Foxy compels you. Hell yeah. So yeah, you have access to the donjon that resides within this Astral Dreadnought. What is your first order of business?
Oh man, is there anything of value?
Well, one
The thing.
what we came here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're thinking back on what was it that this
Yeah, what did he
shadowy
want us to
figure?
get?
What does he want you to get?
Yeah.
He wants you get a sense of just freedom. Now that you're here, you get this, like the plan is starting to come unfurled in your mind. You sense that he wants freedom for the inhabitants of this dungeon.
Except for that guy that Ploppy ate.
That does not seem like it.
Collateral
Yeah,
damage. It's fine.
Sacrifices had to be made.
Let's hope he doesn't take a head count of like how many people were in there. and
Yeah, no.
A literal head count wouldn't help us.
Yeah, you feel compelled back towards these specialized holding cells back around the edge of the dungeon.
Okay.
And before we investigate those, can I actually fly up and I want to stab the eye thing or like cut it off or something to like prevent it from like watching us inside of the dungeon anymore?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can fly in here. Why not? You basically have wings, right?
Oh, well, I have a fly speed of 60
Oh.
feet. I think
Yeah,
it's like
I
a
think
level
that's
3
not
Yeah.
magical.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so you can fly up, and with your long sword, you just hack away at this eye stalk. It's actually really resilient. But with your multi-attack and enough resolve, you're able to eventually cut it down.
Sweet.
And this eye falls to the ground, the thump, and you feel you especially, most of all, have missed this feeling of magic. And it comes
Yeah, I want to
washing
do that
back
shit a long
over
time
you.
ago.
Yeah. So yeah, you feel 100% better now.
Sweet.
You have access to your spells, and as you do that, you realize that there is no eye watching the rest of the dungeon. You start hearing commotion from the various holding cells in the back.
Oh,
Crap.
I thought they were empty. Oh shit.
Let's go see what the commotion is.
Whoops.
So there are, let's see, there are 9 holding cells actually, and each one is distinct from the next. This seems like it is what the Panopticon was designed to guard. It smells horrible back here. There is one giant glass dome that is full of a yellow liquid that just looks like regular yellow liquid. As soon as that eye got cut down, it starts bubbling and frothing and starting to form up a little bit more tangibly, I guess.
I think we screwed up with the eye. Sorry.
Yeah, I think so. I may have acted too soon.
That was a ploppy move.
Time to pull the floppy.
This doesn't seem like that was such a great idea.
You see these air vents on a giant iron sphere start to have like a moss and a fungus start growing out around them.
Oh.
Slowly actually rapidly covering the sphere for moss. You see this like large hyena man known as a gnoll hanging upside down in a cage. You see him start thrashing around. He was, I don't know, just probably the exact same, no magic or anything, but he feels like he's getting in on this whole like jailbreak energy that's starting to build up around you guys. There's twinned cages in the back, and you see these two incredibly handsome creatures, one man, one woman, kind of both put their faces up against the window and look out, see what's going on. And they both look very much alike each other. And they are in cages directly next to each other. You look around the room, there are more cages starting to shake and come to life. You hear a loud bull's bellow rip out of one of them, and you just see this incredibly ornately carved and disgusting set of antlers come jutting through these bars ahead of you. Yeah. More, you hear like a start to sizzle of this water in one of the cages. It smells horrible. And you see this creature kind of just burst into flames in there and start striding forwards towards the bars. The only stillness that you get from this whole sense is one kind of just desiccated corpse slumped back down in the back of a cage, and a lithe, elvish being who just looks like he's really down on his luck, sitting in the back of a cage, kind of looking hesitantly at you, not knowing if you are there to kill him or not.
Okay.
What are you guys doing as these cages start coming to life? The ice devils are getting a little nervous.
I want to make a speech.
Please do. A ploppy special, if you will.
Ice devils, you probably are wondering what's going to happen now. And I assure you that there will be salvation at the end of the night. We must fight our way out of these creatures if they were to attack us somehow, possibly in the future. Any ice devil that
roller coaster.
yes, any ice devil that falls will be guaranteed paradise in Mephistopheles' realm for eternity.
Which is even colder than this one.
Which is colder, and you'll love it because you love ice.
That you hear some assenting, yeah, I do love ice.
That's why they call us ice devils. It's our favorite.
Shut up!
Shut up, Jerry.
Prepare yourselves, men and maybe women. I don't know.
Don't be
Look under
sexist.
one of their insect legs. You can't tell.
Okay. We'll just say ice devils. All right. Arm yourselves. We don't know what's gonna happen, but get ready.
Nice. Yeah, they all grip their spears tighter and kind of move in a phalanx in front of the four of you.
Nice.
And you see a couple of them start stabbing into some of the cages. Settle down in there. Settle down. No movement.
Cool.
And one of them, who is now probably the head of the Ice Devils, since you ripped the head of the other head
Yeah.
off, approaches you. Sir, we are under strict orders to not kill these creatures,
Oh.
as they will reform in the abyss. That is the point of the Panopticon, as I'm sure you know.
I'm saying if it came down to that and our lives were weighed against theirs, then we would have to fight.
Our orders are to die before killing these creatures. Are you changing the orders, sir?
Yeah, state that. No, I think.
Stand back here going,
No, I think absolutely. You need to lay down your lives in front of ours so we can accomplish the mission that Mephistopheles sent us for. That's what I mean. But don't go down like bitches. Like, make it look like it was a fight.
Nice.
But don't kill them, right?
Don't kill them.
Good.
Yeah, but like you can punch them a little bit. You know, yeah, like Vikings. Like you won't get into paradise if you don't cause it enough of a distraction. Because if they just mow through you guys, our mission might be harder.
He looks at you, somewhat buying this dialogue. And what is your mission, sir? And you see the Ice Devils starting to look around at each other and settle down in there, stabbing the cages more.
Yeah. What did we tell you earlier? When Mephistopheles asks you something, you don't ask questions. And you are asking questions, good sir.
Yeah, and so because he's asking questions, I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna try to behead this one.
He is very distracted while talking to Ploppy. So just from behind, you just cleave his head off. Does it go flying? Do you catch it? What do you do with this head?
Oh, it goes flying, sailing to like one of the cages, and it's like, no.
You hear,
I just kick the body over.
hear this bestial. The head gets chomped from within this cage. And this body that you kick over goes skittering across the floor, the spear shuddering off, kind of shattering into 1,000 little ice crystals. And the rest of the Ice Devils are just looking around. No one's questioning anything right now. Just stabbing at the cages, trying to get some semblance of order back in here.
You got telepathy to everyone. Do we want to set these creatures free? Is that are we
Like-
here to do a jailbreak?
well, the thing that I would, and my response for that would be, should we ask the ice demons what they actually know over the prisoners first, so we know who are the ones that, like, if we do let them go, will fuck us up, you know, or like which ones we absolutely should not let go, because as far as this mission, because we're kind of, you know, they kind of have us by the short and curlies right now.
Right.
Well, whoever the shadowy creature was
Yeah,
that
the
knows
creature
our
who knows our name.
Yeah.
They wanted us to just find the Panopticon. They didn't tell us what we
yeah,
do.
because
fear
they
of
have this sense of
freedom.
freedom. Yeah, and I assume that that's what it's going to be, but it's not necessarily everything here that we need to let out. And some of this shit looks very dangerous.
It's true.
Because if it's something that they had this retinue of like these undying demons and all this other shit that was put in place to hold it there, perhaps we should do a little bit of reconnoitering first,
Yeah.
and then see
Understand
what's
what it is
actually
that we
worth.
have in
Yeah.
the cages.
Yeah, because I mean, otherwise, you know, these are demons. They're not our kind. Fuck them, and they can die.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that later. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Okay.
So while you guys are having this psychic conversation, the skinny, beaten down elf creature walks up to the edge of the cage. Just goes, I can pay you very handsomely if you only set me free. I should not be in here. Look around. These other demons that you see, why would you imprison an elf with these people? It was a mistake. I can pay you whatever your heart's desire. I know you Yugoloths work for money. I have so much money saved away. If you just let me free.
I beeline to him and like I reach my hand through the cage and I pull him close to me.
Uh-oh, no.
You said you have money.
Yes. Beyond your wildest dreams. If you only get me out of here.
Can I use my intuition to see if he's telling the truth?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, I have pretty good intuition, so.
Yeah. You go.
14, 19?
Nice. You get the sense that he will definitely pay up. He's
Pay up, but will he kill us? Well, if he pays up, then.
a physical appraisal of him says that the four of you could cut him down in a second.
Okay.
I want to know why he's in there.
Yeah. That's.
I
yeah,
do
well.
too. If you
going-
say that out loud.
I'm going to cast fear on him.
Yes, I like where this is going.
I want to see what's in his mind here.
Okay.
If I
I'll do
can do
detect
that.
thoughts in conjunction with that.
Good,
so I can,
good.
Like,
That
really
is-
understand
That
what's-
is a fucked up combo, you guys. That is so good. I am
do it.
pumped. Okay. So you invoke the deepest, darkest fears of this creature, and you feel him. You're still holding on to him by the scruff of his shirt. You just feel him shrink away from you, and his eyes go wild. And you peer deep into his mind, this unguarded, fearful mind, and you see. Right now, basically, you're just seeing ultimate fear. What are you looking for? What are you digging around for? What's your path through his
location
mind?
of his treasure, of his riches. I want
Oh,
to
wow, that's
know.
what you're doing?
I want to know what the money is.
Oh,
Also,
We're
and then
stuck in a
also,
belly. What are you gonna use that
also
money for?
why he isn't here. But that's after I figure out where the money is.
Okay.
Money first, backstory second.
So you see like the most luxurious vault of gold, just pure gold, platinum, gems, rubies. It looks like what's that the
Scrooge McDuck vault.
Yeah,
Aladdin.
sure. Let's go with that one.
Yeah.
It's Scrooge McDuck's fault. You see a duck sailing on the sea of gold in there, and so yeah, the vision kind of pans out a little bit, and you see that this vault just keeps going, and as you get towards the edge of it, you start sensing like a aura of darkness around it. There's something chaotic about it. It's beyond anywhere you have personally been. And then you're like, oh shit, maybe I should actually figure out why this guy's in here.
Yeah.
And so you're looking for fear, or digging through his fear. It makes a lot of things easy, but also makes some things harder while you're digging through his mind. So go ahead and do you have some kind of check that you could use? Some kind of charisma based check, maybe?
Well, for detect thoughts, if I want to do any like extra probing, he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So yeah, he will do that.
And DC 17.
Okay. So yeah, you are able to probe farther.
Okay. Cool.
So
Yeah, just sort of reorganize, sift through his like fears, and like really latch onto his story.
nice. You realize that he has done things that even you as a Yugoloth mercenary would consider atrocious.
You disgust me. I like you.
Yeah.
Basically.
He's
I gotta. Oh, that's a good idea. I should remember to do that.
he is an elf, although he's an elf that has been spent a long time stewing in the chaos of the abyss, and has been kind of like knighted as a champion of the guy with the weirdest fucking name in the abyss, Fraz Urblue. has brought this elf up because Fraz Orblue saw something in this elf and has made this elf incredibly rich for doing incredibly devious and deadly and fucked up things. So the fear that you're now sensing in the mind, you're realizing the magnitude of something that could fear a creature who has seen all these things, and your psyche starts coming under assault from these basically like literal demons within his mind.
I start to pull my mind out of his then, so I don't get overcome.
Yeah, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw to see if you get out of that unscathed.
Okay. Well, nope, that's an natural
Oh
one.
man. Okay.
3.
Oh, man.
You do not escape his mind.
Oh, no, I'm stuck.
Oh, shit.
Period. Your psyche is now within the mind of this creature, and you see these two of them, the elf and the Ultraloth, staring each other deep in their eyes. The Ultraloth's eyes going from sparkly to cloudy all of a sudden, and the Ultraloth's grip loosens, and you see the elf kind of step away. Well, that was strange. I don't know what has happened. He comes down from his fear immediately, but I need to get out of this cage, and you are still in his mind.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man. Oh god.
That's not good.
Can I dispel magic on myself in here to like just to get rid of the detect thoughts enchantment, or is that what
You can try. Go ahead and make a charisma check to try and gain control of your body again.
Okay. No, that's not good. That's an 8 total.
You guys see the Ultraloth kind of twitch a little bit, a hand motion, and then it fades
What a
away.
way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, for all intents and purposes, you are
Trapped in his mind.
spiraling deeper and deeper down, beset by horrific monsters that have been unleashed by this fear spell in the mind of a mad creature.
Okay.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
Oh.
We're just going fuck.
Yeah,
fuck.
taking a decidedly more cautious route. Okay.
Well, I guess I could try to dispel magic too, right? Yeah, on him, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you drop
What
your
were
fear
you? Did you
spell
have
and I
a
don't get
better
out?
idea?
I was just going to say to the ice demons, take us to the Panopticon.
You are here.
Okay. It was just like our orders were not completely clear. We were sent here for the Panopticon. What is that?
Yeah, it was just like an object too, right?
So the object that you were seeking was the bronze compass, which has led you to the Panopticon.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so
Which is
Okay.
you assume the dungeon that you are within.
Okay.
okay.
So you are within the Panopticon, and each step of the way you've kind of triggered new images that have been set into your mind by the shadowy figure.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, while you're in here, what has been triggered is the idea of
Of the
freedom.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right. And
Take us to the Panopticon.
can we-
You're there. Boring
Okay.
conversation anyway.
then in that case, do any of the inhabitants of these cells match the one that showed up before us?
The shadowy figure.
Yeah.
You can't be sure. The shadows really obscured a lot. You honestly can't even tell if it was a male or female voice that first
okay.
whispered to you. The touch it was ghostly and kind of icy.
Okay.
It could, just like build wise, it could have been the elf, the desiccated corpse, possibly one of the two beautiful male and female
Okay.
ones in their own cells, but you can only see their faces.
Oh, okay. The elf and the desiccated corpse, are they in the same cell?
They're not. They're close to each other though.
Okay. All right. Then I guess in that case, I'm going to reach out telepathically to the desiccated corpse. Is there something in there?
You do.
Okay.
You feel this like mince, just like slow consciousness waking up as you connect with it.
Okay.
And you feel it like slowly starting to build and build and build as it kind of like looks back at you.
Okay, I'm gonna sever the connection right there. Just at that point, just because I've seen this is dangerous shit. And then to the two good-looking creatures, it was just like, okay, it was just like, I don't know if they can, I'm just going to use these things telepathically, you know, to communicate with the others because I don't know who speaks our languages
Yeah.
and who doesn't, you
And
know.
if
Or,
you're-
I was going to say, if you want, you know, we can see well, again, it would be a lot of different shit we would have to cycle through to see if we get something. But,
You
Can
could
I
probably
just be
feel-
like, yo, talk? Or like,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, you
then
guys
just
can do
tell
a
them- tell what language
telepathic
they are?
combo, and
Yeah.
you can kind of interpret as you go.
Yeah,
Cool,
and it was
That'd be
just
really
like,
easy for one of your
yeah,
abilities.
we were looking for somebody, and and just because I'm trying to figure out the proper way to parse this, because it was like, how would we let them know, or how would they let us know, you know, who it was that wants to be freed, you know? Because we definitely don't want to let them know, hey, so the ones that know our true names, you know, rather than pass that shit around like currency, you know, and then we're fucked.
Smart.
Yeah, it's just like
Fought off like a fiend.
yeah. We just have to figure out who it is that actually has sent for us here. So yeah, it was just like, hey, we're the Yugoloths from wherever it was that we were, whichever plane that is that we inhabited, and it was just like, yeah, we've been called here by one of you, and you know, it's like, I know one of you wants out, so you know, it's depending on what is as is our wont here is going to be made, whichever of you can make it worth our while. Yeah, we just need to know exactly who it is that we're letting out here. You say it prettier.
I say it like in telepathically or whatever language I can.
Yeah. So yeah, when you're speaking telepathically, you're all kind of like joined down the same channel, and you're able to fire through a million languages quickly,
Okay.
kind of putting out this broadcast to everybody in the room, with that message: who brought us here? And you see the two very attractive male and female humanoid creatures, kind of like calling you over to the glass, and then you hear the elf go, no, I called you here. I need someone to get me out of here. I would like to pay you guys to get me out of here. You're a ferryman. That's what you do.
Yep.
You
Like-
ferry people. I will pay you
Oh, yeah.
whatever you want.
It was like, no, that's
It's that easy. I called you here.
Oh yeah.
And then
Well,
you see actually like this carpet of fungus and mold starting to cover, spreading out from the iron ball, a large area around it. You get a very strange tongue that you yourself have actually never heard before, though you understand
This
it.
says all
Yeah.
joy.
Yeah,
I
you're able
understand it.
you're able to understand, you're able to speak it, but it's something you've never heard before. The language of spores speaking to you.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's really gross. They kind of, it's this like peppery language that just
Yeah.
says,
cloudy.
like,
Wow.
we are eternal, we are everywhere.
So the spores want free?
Like
Well, everyone wants
maybe.
free.
They might be the avatar of like a myconoid god, and then we're all controlled by its weird clouds of crap. Because you know we're dealing with horrific shit down here. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's anything we want to fuck with. You know.
You do hear one voice bellow out adamantly that it did not call you here. The cage where the horns had shoved through earlier bellows out, I did not call you here, though I will crush you nonetheless. Come to me. Prove your mettle.
I like him.
You're a
Interesting.
coming out of the cage.
I'm still
I-
just staring off into space.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let me use dispel magic on that elf
Okay.
real quick.
Yeah, your mind snaps back to you, and you are frightened. So
Who's there? Who's there? No, swear, please. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
yeah, it's gonna last like that for a while as your brain kind of reprocesses everything, and the elf kind of just shakes it off. What have you done? Just it's a simple task, a simple bargain. I have money. Get me out of here. That's all I need. And as you're asking around, you're starting to get the sense that nobody here, despite a lot of them saying that they called you here, you don't think that voice that summoned you was any of these creatures.
Okay. Hey.
What up, Dylan? You at the plan unfurls once more in your mind, segueing the word freedom into the word death.
Ah, okay. So perhaps it is that they want us to free these things with the release of death. I'm not sure that's what it is, though.
The ice devils look over at you. Death would send them back to the abyss.
It was like, oh, that's right. It was just like, yeah, okay, fair
That
enough.
makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so if y'all are okay with me making one decision here,
Make them all.
you elf guy, it was just like, all right,
Yes.
It's like, all right, let's let him out. Just like for this one, because at
Yes,
least we're going to be
please.
getting,
Thank you.
we're going to be at least be getting something.
Finally,
out
a
of
man
this.
of
I don't
reason.
know, I
Thank
don't
you.
know.
Thank you.
Because we all got the sense that he was at least going, for being such like a horrendous thing, that he was still good for his word,
Yeah, that's true.
He said
Yeah,
he's gonna pay
and it was
us.
like,
True.
and the thing is, it's like, even if we come away with nothing from this, we might as well at least be able to get paid, son.
I settle all of my debts,
Yeah.
and I will pay you handsomely.
Okay.
You name your price. I'm
Cool.
not even kidding.
Cool. What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
My name is Balthazar.
Okay, Bell.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Bizarre.
Yeah. Just needed to. Now it was like, all right, if this is cool with everybody else, I'm letting him out. Or wait, no.
Don't toy with me like that. Come on.
No. I was gonna say, can you mage hand the lever on its cage?
You have all the
Get that
magic.
out?
Yeah.
Because I really don't like the whole touching shit.
Oh, yeah,
here.
good idea.
Because
Yeah.
this it really doesn't seem like a great idea where we are right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Mage hand that.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
just a skill, so.
it's very
done.
easy. Basically, just point at it, and the lock undoes itself. These are ancient, archaic locks that were actually built to only function in the presence of magic.
Oh.
So with the eye being severed, you're able to actually unlock this door. And you see him stretch luxuriously. Thank you, friends. What is your price? Name it whenever you want. I will pay you. Now let's get out of here.
Sweet.
Cool.
Oh, hold on. Before we go, I want to do something.
All right.
I want to use suggestion on one of the elves, and I want them.
It's just a one elf.
Yeah, I'm one
Or
of the elves.
one of
Okay.
the two attractive creatures.
Oh.
No, no, one of the the blue elves, blue ice demons.
Oh,
That's
the
what they're
demons,
called.
okay,
Sorry.
yeah. The devils.
Yeah, those guys. I want one of them to kill their best friend.
Okay, that's usually above the realm of suggestion, but you do have.
Oh, I thought
some
they
sw-
couldn't hurt themselves, but I don't
They-
read anything about hurting others.
Okay, I mean,
Because
yeah, it's like
in
devil
keeping
logic.
with their alignment.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
want to say it telepathically. Can I do that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, because I don't want anyone to know that I just did this.
Yeah.
Just want some shit to go down. I'm
Cool.
trying not to
So-
laugh so hard.
So yeah,
Okay.
as this elf is stretching,
Telepathically throw a folding chair into the middle.
A little bit, yeah.
so yeah, as this elf is stretching his way out of his cage, you see one of the ice devils just kind of like look over at one of his compatriots, kind of across the room, grabs a spear and like just marches straight over there and just thrusts it into the heart, or what you assume would be the heart of this creature. Everyone looks up. Why? What treachery is this? And he tries to spear the ice devil back and gets a good nick on him, but is slowly like crumbling to the ground, his body sharding off into, not sharting, but sharding off
Sharking off.
into ice.
A little bit of
Stretching
both.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is not optimal.
Is Ploppy chaotic evil? yes, yes,
No,
he
they're
is.
all neutral evil.
Pretty, yeah, you can be
Yeah.
pretty chaotic.
Yeah,
though.
I
I
think
mean,
so.
you know,
They respect that,
if the
I'm
price is
sure.
right.
Yeah.
You know?
We used to have these blue demons standing there. He's like, I want him to kill his best friend. I
Yeah.
feel like that's a little chaotic.
That's pretty chaotic.
There's always got to be a wild card if you're playing the bad guys.
That's
Yeah.
some fucking Killgrave stuff. Everybody kill the person to your left.
The worst party game I've ever played. So yeah, as you do that, the elf kind of like looks over you, even though it was a telepathic message. You get the sense that this elf recognizes what you did and silently approves.
Oh, good.
That was good shit. That.
So shall we be off? What is the wait here?
And also,
How does one leave
how
a
do we
dungeon
get
like
out?
this?
Yeah.
That is a very good question.
My the immediate thing that
You
came
might
to mind
know
with me,
with an
with all
Arcana
of these,
check.
with all of the ice devils and stuff, was having them form the equivalent of a human ladder, and we'd all just climb out of this thing's mouth. But they did say it was a one-way trip, so it was like with everything else, it was what I'm communicating this telepathically, just limited to all of us, by the way. It's just like, at this point, perhaps we should relieve them of their duties to take care of this, because all that we had to do was get rid of the one guy, and they understand that we speak money, you know? But other than that, it was just like, yeah, as far as we were told, this was a one-way trip to the Panopticon, and we're not going anywhere, so if y'all want to be able to get out of here, just, yeah. You show us the way when our relief shows up, you know, so that we can do this, so that, yeah, if they're all out of here, then, yeah, then we know exactly what to do with that fewer of enemies to have to deal with once we start getting to the grim work of sending these other fuckers in their cages back to Abyss Town.
Cool.
So go ahead and make an Arcana check to see if you know about how you could maybe leave somewhere like this.
23.
Nice. So yeah, you're thinking about it, and the only magics that you can think of that would be strong enough to get you out of here, now that you can actually cast magic again, would be a wish spell or a some kind of planar travel ability. And you're looking through the spells that you know, and you do not have one of those. You, with your supreme intellect, could learn one if you had access to a spell book and enough time to practice and learn such a spell.
Can I go find a spell book around here?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
10.
You don't see a spell book just lying around.
Okay.
There are a lot of bones in here. You get the sense that things that the Dreadnought eats usually slowly die over time. This cage setup with all these devils, they obviously have been malnourished for the millennia or two that they've been in here. Yeah. But they are all still kept alive by just their demonic and devilish energy. There are bones of other lesser creatures who would not survive millennias within the guts of a astral creature.
Okay.
And this,
What about our elf friend? Do I ask our elf friend if he has any sort of magic that can get us out?
If I had magic that could get us out, then wouldn't I be out?
I
And I wouldn't be
I thought the
paying you.
cage was the thing keeping the magic.
The cage is one of the things that was keeping me here. Yes,
And the
that's
eye.
true.
Yeah.
But no, sir, I am not a magician.
Damn it.
Okay.
I guess that was racist of me to think an elf had
That
was a
is-
magician.
He does mention that to you. You see that he disapproves of you now. Although actually,
Although I
he
was gonna
does
say,
like
maybe
it.
just a little bit of approval there.
He's like, you know what? You're kind of an asshole. I like that.
Oh, good.
Okay, so this being the case, perhaps, yeah, because again, as I'll relay telepathically here, you know, we probably should discuss this after we've dealt with the whole ice devil thing, you know.
Okay.
So if one of you who can kind of craft a story more convincingly than I can let these guys know that that their shift is up and we're here to let them out, then. Yeah, maybe we can get to this work without having to worry about having a bunch of icy spears jammed into our bodies.
I'm on it.
So scary. So scary.
Oh yeah, and now
You
that you've
feel
got
a
your
little
ability
bit
to
better,
use
but you're still
illusion and
scared.
shit, you can.
What's going on?
Or also secretly, with this that I would like telepathically relay to you if they're not buying it. Maybe also make each of them look like their own enemies.
So tell them that they're free.
Yeah.
And
Free to go, but just in case they're not buying that, maybe follow that up with, you know, illusorily making them all look like they're each like fucking devils or something else that would be some sort of planar incursion that would cause them to kind of fall upon each other in like a, you know, suicidal.
I could do mass suggestion.
Oh,
That
you know
too.
that?
Yeah.
You have Phantasmal
That too.
Force, which basically is exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that does affect one target. You could use it for each higher spell level that you use it. You can target an additional person. I'm not sure if that's in the rules, but that's how we can run with it if you wanted to do that.
Could I do mass suggestion with what he's saying to like get them all to leave? Like your shift is up and be like, yeah, go leave out the way.
Yeah.
If you can.
Leave the way you came or whatever. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
just like
Go
you're.
full kill grave and give the exact order of everybody kill the ice devil to your left.
That way we only
So-
have to kill one. Yeah.
So yeah, you give a mass suggestion out to them. Mentally, they all
Leave the prison.
they all look around and they don't make any movements. They look back at you There is no exit to the Panopticon. That is the point of the Panopticon. You're supposed to be here forever. The fact that you're in here means something is wrong. But we cannot leave this. It was designed to not be left. You think back on the magics that you know that could get you out of here. They are like extremely high level spells that only like master level wizards or devils would usually have access to. You could theoretically learn one. You just haven't had access to it. Or
What about the spores that have been everywhere? Might they know some
they
spells?
are popping up in a lot of places now. About a third of this area is just covered by spores of fungus of some sort. And do you converse with them?
Yeah, I want to go talk with them and see if they know any spells that I could practice for this to get us out.
Nice.
Also, if I might make a suggestion here, perhaps you should also do it while accompanied by the frightened ice devils, just because they're probably not conducive to the spore stuff like spreading any further, because something tells me that thing is terribly dangerous, you know, and fungal stuff doesn't grow very well in cold environments, so maybe those things could do it. Or also, perhaps they will be a handy diversion if they get close enough for this thing to kill them instead, you know? And then it'll have something to, you know, it'll have gotten to satisfy what I assume would be some sort of fungal bloodlust on its part, and, you know, we're doing it solid in the meantime.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll walk over with the little ice devils and use my charisma to talk them into giving me some useful spells.
Sweet. Yeah, go for it.
It didn't work. It's a 7.
That's okay. Well, plus your
7.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you walk over. The ice devils do kind of slow the growth of the fungus. You see it start kind of growing around them almost.
Yeah.
And you speak again with this strange creature, or whatever it is. This collection of entities. It does sound like 1,000 buzzing voices all speaking in unison to you at once. And you ask them for magic, basically, and they scoff at this request. Your magics have no powers here. Our magic is eternal. I could easily rend space and time, transport ourselves out, if only it weren't for this damned environment. And you hear it takes time to grow a spell of this nature. And you see the fungus start spreading out even more up the walls. It's overhanging the ceiling. You feel like this little kind of dripping starting to rain down around you.
Yeah, perhaps we should have the ice devils kind of, you know, keep a protective cold barrier around us from this stuff. Because again, this
good
does
idea.
not seem like a great idea.
Let's order
what's
them
happening
to
right now.
limit the growth of the spores
Yeah.
if they can. So start to like contain it if they.
And in the meantime as well, with this, perhaps we should have a little bit of a look around ourselves with our own, you know, perception checks to see maybe if
sure.
there is a
That's a
spell,
good idea.
a spell book or something.
Okay,
where, yeah.
Yeah, let's look for a spell.
Can we
book
do that?
should use.
Yeah, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and
All
roll
right.
your perception checks.
Yeah, I have plus 4.
13 plus
Nope.
18 total.
Yeah,
Perception.
7.
Well, I
7,
might
20.
as well do it.
Nice.
18.
Oh, hey, so 22.
Dang, nice. So yeah, between the group of you guys, you're able to comb the room, at least a good section of it.
Yeah.
You do find some belongings that look like they may have been from a wizard. There is a spell book, but it's going to take a while to read through it. You do read and speak every language, but wizards tend to secure their spell books in various ways and write spells and codes so that rival wizards can't steal them. So it will take some time, longer than an hour,
than we'd
even
like,
longer than
yeah.
a short rest or a long rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll have to really sit down and read this book over the course of days, maybe weeks, maybe months, depending on how intelligent this wizard was.
Yeah.
I have a schedule to keep. You said in terms of like for a way to get out of here, it was like the idea of freedom, and then that morphed into death.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the guard said that if we kill the prisoners, that they will go back to the abyss.
Right.
It seems like this is the course of action that we want to go.
Kill ourselves?
Well, it's
Well, we kill them and then kill ourselves, yeah,
Actually,
to get out. I think that might be. We have to like
Oh.
reform or something. Cause,
As
like,
long as Yugoloths are not slain on their home plane of Gehenna, they will be reborn.
Okay.
So they usually fight like fucking monsters on the battlefield.
but
so
then
you
our
got,
money.
that is a way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to make sure that we get our money. So that's the
Yeah.
thing is how do we guarantee?
Yeah, because the problem is, for us, if we do that, that's fine. But then Balthazar is still stuck here.
Well, if we kill him, we can. Oh well, no, because
He's not a planar being, as far as we know. As far as we know, he's an elf, and if we do, he goes back to the great fucking tree or something.
Racist,
Damn it.
but true.
It's like we're Yugoloths, we don't care.
Okay,
But
yeah, we can die. It's fine as
Yeah.
long as I'm not on Gehenna.
Yeah,
All right.
but
Well, so are we able to identify which of the creatures that are locked up are abyssal in nature? Or would we be able to?
For the most part, yeah. Do you have a skill that you'd like to use to maybe history?
History, yeah, history. What I know.
You
Yeah,
can do
I've got
Arcana
that
to
too.
get a sense of their what kind of magics they're gonna have. Yeah, if you have history, yeah, go ahead and roll. You guys
28.
can- oh damn!
16 plus
13.
9, so 25
Hell yeah!
for history.
I got a 13 on that one.
You were there.
Yep, I existed.
Nice. So yeah, you guys looking around through these cages, and actually, as you're debating and thinking all these things through, you keep hearing those horns keep punching through the bars of the cage, and you just keep hearing bellows from there.
Oh,
And as you look back, it's actually been bent around. The steel is bent, and
Oh,
this
man.
thing might
Freezing.
get through sometime soon. Sooner than you decide for that spell book, for sure.
Yeah.
But as you look around, you think that glass sphere of yellow slime, which now is kind of like reaching up towards the top, and you see almost hand-like growths coming out of it, trying to find purchase on the lid of this glass sphere. You get, very abyssal senses from that.
Okay.
The fungus that is now taking over the roof and the floor of about a third of this dungeon is, very abyssal as well. The hanging upside down gnoll beast, who's bigger than any gnoll you guys have ever seen.
Yeah.
He's kind of just hanging there waiting for his moment, I guess. But yeah, gnolls, for a fact, are abyssal. Basically everything. You can't tell for sure with the two beautiful people that are both still looking at you, mouthing words. They're in just completely sealed containers with just enough glass to be able to see through, but you can't hear them or anything.
Yeah.
So you're unsure about those guys. The beast that keeps charging into this metal is definitely demonic in nature. The fiery creature, demon for sure. The elf you aren't sure about, and the corpse is a corpse. So who knows about that? But you did get a sense of sentience within it. It's not as dead as it looks.
Right. Okay. Then in that case, at this point, unless we want to start letting all these cats out, because it just if anything, if they are abyssal in nature, they'll understand that their death will be what is necessary to escape from this place, and they'll be able to reform, and then I know the denizens of the abyss their ways are not as our ways are. So I also know they also tend to be a competitive bunch that kind of killify each other when they're not killing devils, So they might be able to do our job for us.
No. Hey.
Yeah. And because I know Horny over there definitely doesn't like anything going on in here, and he might be the one who can help us with this. However, still have to kind of figure out what our own way is, because we got a minute here before the spell book is going to be able to be used to our satisfaction.
Let's just let out a random person.
Okay.
Hear loud clicking
They're-
more and more.
You wanna do that with the two that are trying to tell us stuff, but we can't hear what they're saying?
The people.
Yeah.
If they see you look over towards them, they motion you closer.
Yeah.
They both are like you guys are all fiends, but these creatures are still very attractive even to you. They're human, they're
Ooh.
humanoid features, but they're very, very sexy beings across all spectrums.
Cool.
I say let's let them out.
Yeah, let's hear what they've got to say.
I'm going to prepare just in case shit starts to go down. If that thing breaks out and if pandemonium ensues, I'm gonna cast Firestorm. So I'm just that's
Nice.
what I'm
Oh, yeah,
going to be
of course.
preparing.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Yeah, they've got nowhere else, because of course we've been doing this, and then it was just because otherwise that just kind of seems that seems like the way to go right now.
Okay.
Because there's nothing else. We don't really have much else in the way of options. So
Yeah.
So let's let them out first and see what they've got.
Okay. Cool.
So I have heat metal. Can I just melt that door down?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what I do.
Sweet. Both of the doors at once. They're the twin cells with the beautiful
Maybe
creatures.
one at a time to hold like the other as captive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I like the idea of leverage.
Psychologically fucked up, but very good idea. So yeah, which the male or the female?
I think the
Do you
female.
free?
You
Would
guys
be
are just
easier.
too
With your
horny, so we'll go
penis.
for the.
Yeah. No, I think the male would be more unreasonable and more
The
demanding.
male is also sexually attractive to all of you guys.
Then
no
let
matter
out the
your-
male. Yeah, I don't know.
Female.
'cause
Take one- yeah, we
Female.
take the female out.
Okay, so the door just melts down to this pile of slag, and as it kind of comes down and uncovers her, you just see this gorgeous humanoid torso with kind of like long black scaly legs and wings unfurled around her, otherwise naked, and she steps through the door. Thank you, but my brother must be free. And she kind of starts fawning over the window that leads into his cell. See kind of like long whippy tail come out. And
Okay.
Who do you serve?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah. Who are you?
Why are you here?
I've been imprisoned just like any of these other ones. I am one of the many that pleasure Grosset, and I must find my way back to him, my brother and I.
Okay. I personally remember that name, but what's his name? Little Oars Jr. would not.
Okay.
Can I roll to see if I've known at least?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
You might actually know. You have a history check.
History,
Yeah.
And
The only natural fucking 20.
That's awesome.
Only natural fucking 20.
So you know all of your all of your actual human knowledge about this
Okay.
Grosset,
All
and
right.
more also, whatever you want to know.
Yeah, because it's GRAZZT, right? Okay. All right. Cool. It was just like, okay, just decided to see what that was, and if that's the case, yeah, this is not a bad coin to have in the purse. You know,
Okay.
let's let her brother out.
All right.
Okay, melt the door.
Cool. Yeah, it goes down soon, like almost before it even goes down all the way. They're already hugging each other around there, feeling each other as if they haven't. They've been close, but not this close in so long.
I mean, they're brother and sisters, so we
Sounds a
gotta
little
kind of
too
knock it off.
close, Yeah.
Yeah, that's demon-y though.
Yeah, and also with demons, there's a lot of like gender and familial relations and ties to other creatures don't mean the same things as they
Right.
do to mortals.
Right.
Full Lannister mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it.
Cersei
Yeah,
Lannister.
you
Gonna
know,
be
but-
happening soon.
I mean, for all you know, like the word brother, as you interpret it as a fiend, might be maybe they meant mentor, maybe they
Yeah.
meant lover, maybe they meant father, maybe they meant sister. Like it's a lot of different meanings all at once. It's basically just one that this demon cares for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because with this, yeah, they're magical beings, and they don't really have a genetic makeup per se.
Yeah. So yeah, they both are checking on each other. You hear these whispered words of "Are you all right? It's been so long. How are you?" Back and forth, and they both kind of turn around and look at the four of you. She curtsies and he bows, and they say, "Thank you for releasing us. Where do we go from here? Are you
Okay.
orchestrating a prison break?"
It was like, yeah, for in as much as what we're doing here, are the two of you? Because I'm assuming they're pretty high up, especially if they're like handmaidens tailing it for like one of the archdukes of the fucking nine hells. That they've got to be pretty high up the ladder. It was just like, are you all possessed of magic with which you can traverse the plains?
We have access to such artifacts, such spells at our disposal if we wished. Though not here.
Okay.
I mean the
Shit. Okay.
palaces of pleasure hold whatever you seek.
Okay. All right.
Well, I can contact another plane, so if they can
Cool.
tell us where it is, then maybe I can get it from that.
Well, they wouldn't be able to send it to us or anything. you know. Plus,
You could get in
al-
touch with another plane, and who knows?
Yeah, I mean, if we get in touch with a higher being who could like planar travel or wish us out.
Yeah, perhaps so. Because thing is, like, Wish is like the big daddy of the spells, and at the same time, I don't know if we, as Yugoloths, would want to, like, basically, you know, dial the landline of a dimension that would, you know, that would basically sword fuck us to death.
Ooh,
You know?
no.
Yeah, because they
Okay.
probably wouldn't be happy to see us around anyway. That we can do them a solid, but that's more the sort of shit that would simply get them to spare our lives, maybe. You know? Yeah. So,
Oh, just to cover my ass real quick. Ice demons. I know I told you to punch anyone who gets out, but don't punch these guys.
Okay,
They're,
yeah,
Well, they
they're,
said
we're talking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it kind of spears down. They're really confused at all these changing
No,
orders.
stay at the ready. Let's put those
Oh!
spears up. But
Have their spears back
yeah,
out.
You're
these
good.
guys. But if that big mofo
Cersei Lannister.
gets
yeah,
out,
similar.
I was
yeah.
just gonna say, how about we direct them around the cage for when the big one breaks
But
free?
aren't they-
Because that cage
I
is
don't
like a
want
little.
we probably don't want to get them away from all the fungal
Yeah.
shit that's all over everything.
That's
too.
That's at about half coverage of the floor and still about a third of the ceiling.
Yeah.
Coma Disaster says you guys should release the knoll.
All right.
I like
Oh, I don't know.
We all turn to the knoll
I
once.
don't know about
having
that.
Hey,
precognitive connection.
Yeah, because we've got that. We've got the sphere filled with the yellow fluid. Yeah, because all of these things seem okay. 'Cause
Quite
we got-
demonic.
Yeah, because who all remains? Because we've got that. We've got horns. We've got the knoll, and and the corpse, right?
There's a flaming creature which has stood or been silent this whole time and has
Oh.
just been steaming this fetid water off around it that
Neat.
it was previously completely covered in until
Yeah.
the magic.
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
it's just like evaporating the water around it.
Hmm.
That's how it's being held in place. All right. That being the case, maybe we should have that.
The two
If we can contact it, you know, just because again, another thing that would be inimical, just in case all of the ice devils die,
yeah.
is having, you know, Bernie, as I like to think of him, because I think in very simple terms when it comes
That's a
to
great
nicknames.
name.
I was gonna say Bernie Sanders.
Bust open the piss jar.
Yep.
that is pretty much a
The
piss
yellow
jar.
one. Yeah.
Bust
I
it open.
I feel like we should just like go around and start releasing all the things.
You feel like we should or shouldn't?
I feel like we should.
Might as well,
We
right?
just
That's
let
what I was
everything
gonna
out
say,
and let
is
it turn
just
into a clusterfuck.
Yeah, it's just like if that's it, just kind of and let everything out, because it seems like if we're already at 50% coverage of like the fungal mat from hell, our time is probably limited anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's only going to be a matter of time before they let themselves out of this thing or they let us out first.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and the thing is, like with all of this, if Balthazar goes before we do, we ain't getting shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do see, the elf is just looking around like, why are you wasting your time with these other creatures? I have the money. Let's go.
We don't know how to get out of
Yeah,
here.
we don't have
Ah,
we
he
don't
gets
have
so
planar
frustrated
travel.
with you.
Got to
Freaking
figure
hell.
all of this out. Okay, so how about shall we
Yep.
do this?
Yeah, let's
okay.
go around.
All right.
So like cracking open the glass or like unlocking any sort of doors, we're gonna
Oh,
let
man.
everything
You
out.
said cracking open the glass, you're going for the piss jar first.
Yeah, let's
Just over.
crack open
Yeah,
the piss
this-
jar.
Someone
It's
get the knoll.
It's like that ooze putty that you make, that non-Newtonian fluid,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it just like,
Does the spiky kind of
yeah,
Yeah.
it does lots of
Oh,
spiky
no.
movement as it squelches down across the floor and pours rapidly out of whatever little hole you punched in its cage.
Yeah.
You let out the knoll. The knoll's just hanging upside down.
Yeah, I'm gonna
there.
have to claw that chain off.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're able to kind of like spring up, climb up this cage that's just kind of around it, claw it down, and the knoll falls toon, 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 to the ground and still just lays there bound in its irons and just is kind of gnashing its jaws at you as it struggles against these chains, which have been like
Damn it.
super forged. They're enormous.
Oh, good.
To hold on to this knollish strength.
He's gagged, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just take that gag off?
Yeah.
But leave the chains on.
You're brother.
Okay.
Yunogu will hunt you down if you don't free me, mortal. He doesn't.
Oh.
You aren't even mortal. He
I know, yeah.
just like
You don't know who we
a
are, do you?
just being rude, basically.
Yeah.
And as you guys are doing this, the two twins, the incubus and the succubus that they are,
Oh no.
they are similar at least
Yeah.
enough. You see them both like start moving against each other, doing some grinding, and they both rip each other's throats out at the same time and fall back in this like last final gasp of pleasure
Yep.
as their bodies
Like-
just slowly start disintegrating away.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
It was like, no, that makes sense. It was just like, yeah. And it's like if you oh yeah, I'm sure they probably were kind of into that.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, no, they were
Absolutely.
very much demonstrably they were into that,
Yeah.
and now they get to go home.
Emphasis on the demon.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
I was gonna say,
demonstrably.
shit, we should have
Hey,
asked
nice.
them to send help. Oh well, fuck it.
That's what they did.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, that was they helped themselves. But yeah.
We
All
could
right.
kill someone and ask them to send help. I don't know. Is that a thing?
Well, if we
Anyone have
we
powerful
don't,
friends?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say we don't even know if we have the capability to kill these things.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have magic at your disposal.
Yeah.
You hear a crash as these horns burst through the cage finally.
Oh come on.
Baphomet, bless me. And he strides towards you guys, and you just see this monstrous half man, half beast creature, just runic carvings all over its body.
Neat.
Old moss. Actually, some of the fungus has grown up one of its legs, and it just bowls you all over. The ice devils get their spears at the ready, and they just get knocked back by these monstrous claws.
Yeah.
This thing just bellows out its rage and just charges, crushing every ice devil in its path.
All right.
The weird piss mold starts forming into something almost humanoid,
Oh fuck.
Neat.
and
Okay.
it strides kind of towards you guys. It does not speak at all. You could maybe try and communicate with it if you want, but you do have this champion of Baphomet balling around.
I'm gonna throw out my my firestorm at it.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
You hear at first in that peppery clicking language of the spores, just no fire. Yes, fire. Burn us all. Send us back to our home.
It seemed a little weird that they didn't want it, and then they did.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, since it was like it was a
Yeah.
conditioned response almost.
Yeah.
Of no fire bat. Yes.
I
yes,
want some
the way
insight
out.
into what fire might do to the spores.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh shit. You're right. Yeah.
6 + 9, 15.
Nice. You get the idea that they are going to that usually fire would be anathema to any large fungal colony, which normally that you feel like this creature likes to take over large paths of terrain, turning
Rip
into
our army.
fungus. Yeah. And
God, we've been
so
going
it
for almost
actually
3
wants
hours.
to be killed to escape this prison. That fire is the deadliest thing to it, and it wants that fire now. It'll be a momentary agony, but it
Then
will
it gets to go
free
home.
it.
So we want this stuff
It
out?
can grow farther.
Is that what we've
in the
decided?
abyss.
Seemed like the most. That seemed like the most dangerous thing. And if we get it out of here, then as you've described it, that also means then it's the abyss's problem and not ours.
Yeah.
You know. So it's probably good to get the fucking nascent mushroom
Yeah.
god out of
Let's
our
do
business,
that.
Yeah, so-
like straight
Yes.
away. So yeah, burn that shit.
Yeah, well, I don't know. So I don't know exactly the orientation, but it's 10-foot cubes of
Oh,
like
fuck.
fire.
Oh,
then
shit,
each one-
okay.
and
Are we
then
gonna
any creature
die
in
of
that
carbon
path-
monoxide
I have
poisoning?
fireballs.
Well,
I
if
can
we,
just
if we
get
do
whatever
that,
you
we're
want.
okay.
Oh yeah. Right.
It's
So
actually
we're
kind of better, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cover as much as the fungus as I can, and then also hit the horned dude who's like trying to like bow everyone down.
Oh yeah.
So
fire
I'm
just
just unleashing fire on like all of the creatures that I think we're supposed to set free.
nice. Yeah, fire starts raining down from the roof of the dungeon. Giant
Sweet.
meteors
Fire
crashing into the ground, scattering the cages open. You see the gnoll burst out of his chains as the fire weakens them enough. He just howls and goes to war with this giant like bray herd creature. The fire singes off their matted fur. The entire room smells god awful. It also sends up, It also
Burning
sends up,
fungus.
the fungus.
Gross.
You just see these almost like papery like wisps of the fungus lifting off the ground and floating on the heat of the breeze as they disintegrate slowly into ash. The one creature made entirely of fire, just now that all the water has been boiled off of it, it just melts through the bars around it, strides out, and just takes in this fire as like somebody might take in the sun or the rain. It just like with each strike of a meteor shard, it kind of just goes like till it's a giant walking pillar of flame striding through this flaming battlefield that you've created. The Knoll and the Beast Man are just locked like claws on horns, gnashing at each other's throats.
I figured that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Nice.
The two of them, yeah, it seemed like there was going to be some fighting time.
Yeah, and you have let's see, you just have the corpse just lies there.
Oh, yeah.
Fire covering around it, like slowly building up to it.
Cool.
And Balthazar just looking at you guys.
Freaking guy.
He just walks underneath a meteor. You just see him.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
how much damage do you do to him?
Oh, let's find out. It's, it says it's 70-10, so that's
Wow.
10.
That is so much damage.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, anyone
Yeah,
who gets
like
hit by
half
this takes
damage of that would like
Um,
snuff me.
So it's 10, 20, 26, 27.
Nice.
27 points of fire damage.
To a frail, willing elf who just walked into it.
Yeah, to willingly take full damage from the strike.
no.
Yeah, you hear
I'm never getting out of here.
you hear his last words just saying amateurs as he just splatters
Oh god.
and lights on fire and is just completely crisped and gone.
Burning splat.
Yeah, the entire dungeon's on fire. The ice devils are in complete disarray. They
Freaking
don't know
out.
where to point their spears. They're trying to fight the Knoll and the Beast Man at the same time, but they just keep getting swatted away, crushed under hoof.
Okay.
You guys are the entire dungeon's on fire, and
Yeah.
you guys are.
Do we have any of us have like any sort of immunities to that? By the way.
You guys are resistant to fire, but you are not immune to it.
Okay.
Do we have a hard out at 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's you
Cool.
guys are.
We're not in initiative phase, right?
No.
Okay, so I want to teleport onto the giant eye, the one
Okay.
that still exists.
Okay.
Okay. And then
you can try to
outside.
teleport.
Can I try to teleport?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but then I might end up anywhere, right?
You might, but also the Arcanoloth knows that a teleportation spell is not sufficient to leave the kind of dungeon that you're in.
Shit. Wanted to get us an exit.
So you just go like,
We can
and nothing
die.
happens.
That'll-
Yeah.
Like we just have to reform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take us-
Okay.
It's
So
gonna be
probably
this is gonna be
painful,
a bitch. All right.
Okay. While all of this is happening, I decided to go ahead and try to touch the mind of the corpse with telepathically, to see if I can get what I can get from it. Because you said there was a stirring great consciousness inside of it, Just and I'm going to see if I can just constantly giving it like just little, telepathic verbal probes until I can get some sort of response from
Okay.
it while this is all going on.
Yeah, so within all the chaos, it's actually almost like a sanctuary to enter into this creature's mind.
Okay.
Everything is slow and calm, and it has revved up a bit more than it had before. And you just get this sense of hunger growing within it.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing verbal, at least not yet. You get the sense that it could speak given enough time, but time is not on your side, seeing as flaming meteors are raining down.
Okay.
Beasts are at war. The Ice Devils have realized that this is not what is supposed to happen, and they have kind of turned on you guys as well.
Yeah.
So,
Fire everywhere.
so yeah, let's just narrate our ways out of this. You guys are all going to die somehow. How do you guys die?
Oh man. Oh, I'm putting up a gnarly fight with just like anything. Like now I'm just like I've finally let loose. Like I've gotten over my fear and like
Hell yeah.
throwing out walls of fire and just like slicing down everything.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
That your sword is just lightning quick, cutting through the mass
I was
of.
like,
All the imps just get like splattered around you. A wall of fire bursts up underneath the two raging beast combatants.
Nice.
You do one of these like, get back so I can fight you.
yeah.
And, it becomes a three-way insanity fight fest.
All right.
Fantastic.
I'm just gonna walk into the fire like Balthazar did and
Yeah.
pray for a meteor.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Check your watch a little bit.
We fucked. Let's just yeah.
Perfect. You are splattered.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I obviously am outmatched here, but my signature attack that it has here is Fear Gaze followed by Ore. So it's just like, yeah, if that's it, then those three, that the Ultraloth and the Knoll and the other guy are all at it right now. So it's just like, fuck it, and then just go in there, just Ore twirling.
Hell yeah. You
Yeah.
join the melee and
Yeah.
are quickly dispatched.
I like
And
to accidentally get him on a backswing.
It's like, you don't actually make it to the melee.
the big dude's still running around, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They're the flaming guy or the big old beast
The
man?
big old beast man.
Yeah, he's locked in combat with the Nolan with the Ultraloth.
Okay, so I want to shout out over there and say, "Yo, bitches, come get me!" But then I want to use a suggestion, and I want to talk to the big dude,
Okay.
and I want to say, "Don't come get me." Hey, buddy. Every single day, I think you should do something for yourself. Good lunch, man. Go see a play. Just something. One thing. It doesn't even have to be big. Just like, write a little compliment to yourself in a little journal. I don't know, but whatever it is.
Maybe squish some mortals if that's more. to
Yeah,
your
if that's
liking,
what
you know?
makes you happy, do something that makes you happy. Just one thing a day.
You truly are a neutral character. You've caused all this fucked up chaos, and yet you plant these little seeds of goodness and kindness everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Even in
That's how we
demons,
do it.
like
Yeah.
really trying to brighten everyone's day.
Yeah.
You hear
Doesn't
him
matter where you
bellow
come
out.
from.
I will do more. I will crush everything in my name.
Nice.
That was very kind of you.
Yeah.
Sticking my sword like up his like nose or some shit.
Yeah, so those are your last telepathic words as you are about to get gored.
Nice.
So yeah, that has been Demon Break. These demons are reforming in the abyss right now and are going to cause all kinds of chaos coming up later. We might do a campaign start up soon. We got to work out some logistics with that. I will keep you guys posted. Thank you for tuning in. And for sitting with us for the past 3 hours. That was awesome of you guys. Thank you for the fan art. That's fucking amazing.
Thank
I've never
you.
seen someone
Yeah.
draw
There
on
was
a
some- yeah, we've got some good fans tonight.
That
which
is
is really cool.
So cool. Yeah. So thank you guys very much. I hope you had fun. If you want to catch more role-playing goodness, we do host Ask a Pathfinder on this channel. Is it currently ongoing, or are they on a break in between chapters? Do you know, Blacksmith?
No, I think they were on last week, so I think they're still ongoing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. We have an awesome dungeon master from Australia who Skypes us every Tuesday. They have a great campaign going, lots of cool horror stories. Definitely check them out if you want more good role-playing goodness. We also have Fernando's does another show coming up tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'll be doing a screen source right here on Color Circuit, and that's going to be at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So, yeah, if you want to...
It's not live, so it'll be on YouTube at probably 8 or 9.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, couple hours after 6 p.m. Mountain Time, we'll be getting that out there, and yeah, we'll be doing a lot of movie news, trailer reviews, all that stuff. It's a popular segment, so give it a watch, and hopefully you'll have as good a time watching it as we do making it.
Excellent. And you won't want to miss out on that sexy voice reading all kinds of things.
Oh, I got things to say.
All right. Well, do you guys want to say anything before we close
the-
down the show?
This was a ton of fun. I love playing like Demon Hit Squad. Like this was really cool, y'all.
Hell yeah. Demon
Yeah.
Hit Squad, my favorite kind of
Yeah,
hit
how
squad.
about you newcomers? How did y'all?
Yeah.
feel
Oh
about
man,
it?
this was great. This was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think we did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you guys did
Floppy
great.
stole the show.
Floppy, star of all of our hearts. What do you think, Megan? Was it?
It was definitely a good time. I'm still very lost, and I was just kind
That's
of
okay.
going on hints of, oh, okay, I'll do this. But we kind of made it out, so.
Yep.
Yeah. In
Not
a way that-
alive, but we made it out.
in a way that only a fiend could. You guys survived. Kind of.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks again, everybody. I hope you have an awesome rest of your evening. Yeah, I'll keep you updated on D&D updates. So have a great night.
Bye.
See ya.